I'm going to ask some people to also speak to you, to share their experience on how they found the course, to give some feedback, and then give you maybe 1 or 2 words of advice as well. So let me quickly find the list. So let's have Adola first. Adola, are you on the call?
Yes, I'm on the call. Good morning, everyone. So, my experience with BDS has been a very wonderful experience. I got to know about BDS on Instagram while I was scrolling through my page, and then I got in touch with Mr. Ade, and I was once like you that I joined. I think I joined the taster section, like sometimes around May or last day, but I didn't sign up for the course immediately because I was on maternity leave. So at the end of my maternity leave. So that was when I signed up for the course. That was in September. So the course was for 8 weeks, and then interview prep as well. One thing I'm going to say is that you need to put yourself out there, in the sense that during the course, make sure you ask questions, make sure you put down notes. Like I have my own notes, my data bible, that's what I call it, that I go back to read. And then also the videos too, make sure you watch the videos to learn a lot after the course each week. And then another important thing is to also make sure you are very active in the group. Although my own group, they weren't really so active, but even if they are not active, make sure you do something, and you can always reach out to Mr. Adi or the BDS team to kind of clarify based on what you've done, if you're doing the right thing and all that. So that the group work, the group project is also very, very important. So after I didn't start applying immediately until maybe around that November. I made sure I attended all the interview prep and all that. I've finished the course before I started applying. And when I started applying, like, you also get a lot of unfortunately, but don't let that discourage you. So when I started applying, I knew myself that, I wasn't really deep rooted like my first and then the second interview. But by the time I had my third interview, like I was already speaking like somebody that has, that is a professional, because you finish interview and then you know that, you did so well. You will know within yourself that you did so well. And then from there, I started getting to the second stage. And at a point in time, interview were clashing for me. Like I have to start rescheduling my interview dates. I started getting to the final stage of the interview process. And at the end of the day, I got my first offer. And then a few days later, I got my second offer. So I dropped the first offer. I took the second offer, which is my current job. And I was about to get the third offer, and then I had to, they stopped the recruitment and all that. And every blessed week, as of yesterday, I still had a call with a recruiter if I'm still interested in getting a new role, if I'm still interested. Every blessed week, I get calls from recruiter, like not once, not twice, not thrice, if I'm interested in data governance manager role, data quality analyst role. It has actually been a very wonderful experience. It's a life-changing experience. And then if you don't let me even talk about salary, that one is mind-blowing. It's going to change your life. And then the team that Mr. Ade put together, everybody was supportive. You can always reach out to them. They will always answer you. Don't be shy. Ask questions, even if you feel like, this question is not going to be like a stupid question and all that. And I'm always very grateful to God for Mr. Ade, for him to have this kind of vision and mission. He has a very good heart. For him to be like, you know what, let me teach people, let me share my wealth of knowledge without holding that knowledge. I'm I always kind of pray for him that I am happy that I met him. I'm happy that he's my mentor. I'm happy because of where I am today, because because of the fact that I signed up for this course. And the job I got even came with sponsorship, like the two jobs, the two offer that I got came with sponsorship. So if you're in the UK and you're like, oh, I'm looking for sponsorship and all that, it's possible. As long as you make up your mind, you put yourself out there, you need to do the work. I'm not gonna lie. It's not like you just have to sit down and feel like, oh no, you need to do the work. But at the end of the day, it will surely work out for you, and you will get ongoing support on the job, interview prep, CV resume, every kind of support that you think that you can get from. I'm not sure you can get this kind of support if you do this course elsewhere, if you don't do it with BDS. I'm a proud BDS alumni, and everybody like that I've asked to join, they also have their testimonies. They've gotten jobs and all that. So I'm a living testimony of what BDS has done in my life and what God is using Mr. Ade to do in the life of people in all over the world, not even in the UK. Thank you.
Thank you, Adeola. Okay, thank you. Yes, I mean, there is nobody else that does what we do anyway. We have some who are our success story, who Onga is driving them, but they are doing better governance, not better management. So, anyway, that's fine. So right, thank you, Leb. Do you have Leb on the call?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. And thank you, Mr. Dave, for inviting me to this session. So I joined this, I got to know about BDS on Instagram sometime last year. And I was dilly-dallying. That time I was being beaten black and blue by business analysis. I was having interviews, but I was not able to pass. So I decided to join the taster session sometime in February. And I was really impressed. I heard stories like my own where people, even before finishing the course, they had their job offers. I'm like, okay, I think I can do this. So I signed up for the March session and then went through the whole process, being in class, listening, asking questions. Even those we were having class on Tuesday evenings, and those Tuesday evenings I was even working. But to make sure that I was part of the class, I'll take time off and be part of the session, just so I can ask the questions myself, record the videos. And during those classes, you realize that Mr. Day will be dropping nuggets that you need to note. Things like data is not a sprint, it's a marathon. Start small, think big, scale fast. You know, those are the things that you need to put down, because a time is coming that you need to delve deep into your knowledge and to bring these things out. And so by the time that the session was finishing in May, we went through the interview prep. I started applying, and my very first job that I applied for, not the very first job I applied for, but the very first job that I interviewed for, I got the full support from stage 1 of the interview. And then I progressed to stage 2, where I had to do a presentation. I was given the full support by BDS team. And lo and behold, I got the job before our cohort time ended. Before our cohort time ended, I had already gotten a job. So I just want to say that it's possible. You need to put yourself out there. You need to listen to everything and do everything that you are told to do. Apply on all job boards, and be ready to go through the mill. And I believe that you'd also have a success story to share. Did I miss something? I think that's it for me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. So so now to the guys. Habib.
Yeah. Hello everyone, and good morning, sir. My name is Habib, and I'm one of the BDS alumni who has passed through the BDS program, and I can vouch successfully that yes, there is level of support. Just to buttress what the ladies have said, you won't regret. I mean, passing through the program, because it's not just about anyhow program where you are just being given the tutorial and the likes, but then the level of support and from both alumni, is it job and likes, there is that level of cooperation, and that's one of the key things that anybody will leave. It's not just about going for interview, but then how do you actually prepare for interview? You have you can reach out to anybody in the team, even past alumni. When you just say you are from BDS, everybody's always ready to help. So that's that link and the level support to actually like help everyone is one thing that you won't regret if you actually join. So my own story is totally different, because I started as a I studied data science, but then I've been into computing right from Nigeria. So I've done several interviews, coding challenge, Python. To be sincere, final stages failed like most times. So when someone told me about data management, I was like, I've never heard of it. Even as a data science, I've never heard of data management, because it's not something in any curriculum. So I was just like, okay, when so the person who gave me the contact said I should speak to Mr. Adi. I'm like, okay, this person is actually like also my namesake. So as he was actually discussing some things, then I know, no, I think this is totally different from what I know. I like, this is something that I've never like heard of, and I need to explore. Going through the first lecture, I instantly even paid for it, because I knew because I've paid a lot of interview, and mere speaking with him that night, I knew something was totally different, and I was going to like at the missing link which I've been looking for, as I've actually gotten it. So I immediately registered, and they said, oh, okay, yeah, we're having your first class, and we'll go on from there. So I went through the first class, and through the course to the finish. And I would say I have not regretted from there, because my confidence in terms of asking questions, either interview or anything, I don't have to cram any SQL or coding or Python, like all those live coding that which I always do before. Or what I just do now is, since I already know what I'm to discuss, so I don't even really prepare for interviews again. Yeah, I know the job I'm actually now is kind of technical, but then they did not hire me because of my technicality. They hired me because of the way I spoke and the way I was able to like kind of break things down using my past experience and what I've been able to like gather from my course. So I would say like all in all is you won't regret that you start the course, and yeah, you need to put the work. There are rejections, but then it's totally different from any other data aspect like business analysis or data science or even AI and machine learning, because you need a lot of technicalities. And even okay, I'll give you one experience. I did one interview with Haldamo, and that was I think yeah early that was early this year. And to be sincere, I was speaking with the head of data, and even with Tesco, they were wild, like, who is like, what's this guy saying? This is absolutely masterclass. But then, yes, there is politics, especially when they don't like you, or when they feel that you are actually like, you are better than them. I can tell you about the head of data. I asked her a lot of several questions, and she couldn't answer. And I was like, wow, like they were just looking like me, like, oh, this is this guy is going to displace horse or something. And that's one of the things, like the level of preparation you will get from as a BDS. You have to like, the professionalism is going to be like, it has to be top notch, and you will get that level of support. I can tell you even. And also my company, for example, I think the total number of us will be around 127 or 150 something. So they are already hiring, and they will still continue hiring. So, and if as a BDS and online, I can virtually tell you that yes, we still need you. So get into the course, pay for the course, pass through it, and come and join us to at the party.
Thank you. Thank you, Habib. Yeah, Habib is another one with sponsorship, I believe.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, good. Thank you. It's interesting how, of course, you flood the head of data. I'm not surprised. The son of a lion is a lion, so that no surprises there. Tolu.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good morning. Good morning, everyone. So for me, this time last year, I worked as a Scrum Master. And after my contract ended in December, I was left with no job. So coming into this year, I just knew that, that Scrum, Agile, whatever, was just too saturated. When you go on LinkedIn, you see 2,000 people applying for one same job, and you're just like, how am I going to get an opportunity in this field, anymore? So my friend told me about BDS and Mr. Ade, and I picked up my phone and I called him. And the first thing he told me was, you're going to get a job within a month. And I was like, really? He said, yes, join the course and I can assure you you'll get a job. And I held on to that because that was really my driving force. So I joined the course January this year, through a friend, and I joined the class. I'm sure Mr. didn't even know me in class because I was one of those people that, was always in the background and just trying to soak everything in. After each of the classes, I just go back, go through the recording, do my own research, ask questions and all that. So after so for me, the course, when we started, I didn't really understand so much, but with consistent studying of the materials and all of that, I was really able to grab, most of the information that was in the course. So after when we finished the course, we did our CVs, we had the interview prep, and those sessions were just so fantastic, like they were amazing. It was more like us, redoing the courses, having those conversations with, our senior colleagues in the industry already. They also really helped us. Mr. Ade was really supportive. You could just send him a message, call him and all of that, and he would respond. He might not respond immediately, but you definitely get a response from him. So I went into the market. I sent a lot of applications, but eventually I got like two companies, one in the travel space, the other one in the aviation space, willing to speak with me. We had fantastic conversations, and I was in second stage for two jobs. I came for the interview prep, they prepared me. Mr. Ade gave me lots of scenarios, how to answer questions. And for me, being someone that knows how to really package my response in form of a story, I take them from, in my past experience and all of that, tell them the story about, data and all. So I was able to really impress, the interviewers. And I think mid-April this year, I got my first offer, which was really amazing. So now I currently work as a data governance analyst with a company doing aviation analytics. And I just concluded my first week, and I can tell you, like, it's been an amazing experience. And the world of data is vast, and there's a lot to learn. And I just want to say a very big thank you to Mr. Ade, to the BDS team, for this particular opportunity, because I know if I had still stuck to that old Scrum and whatever, I'll probably still be chasing a job at this time. So it's amazing. I'm in a different sphere of my life at this time. I'm really learning. The field is just amazing. What I'm doing currently is just amazing. The last 1 week I now know things that I never even knew about planes. I'm outside every other day, watching planes, trying to say, oh, this is an A380, this is a 737, a 777. I'm trying to collect the data and trying to link it to so many. I'm sure Mr. Ade understand what I'm talking about. So trust me, it's an interesting field. If you open your mind and your heart to it, you would definitely get, the benefits. And trust me, the salary isn't bad at all. That's all I have to say. Thank you, Mr. Ade.
Thank you, Tolu. Thank you. It's good to see you. Right. Right. There are two more people. So should we do age before beauty or beauty before age? I don't know your age, but okay. Let's go with Michael. Because I think Jimoh is a big talker, so he will talk a lot. So let's go with Michael.
Thank you, Mr. Ade. Good morning, everybody. I think it's nice being part of this session. And I know most of my colleagues that have spoken earlier, they've said quite a lot, but there are some key points I would like to highlight that I believe is going to help us. Starting from my experience, I actually used to be in finance before I came to the UK. And pandemic actually opened my eyes to data science, to data, but then it has to do with the technical parts. So I came to UK to come and study data science. And while I was doing my hustling, one way or the other, I met one man who has actually enjoyed Mr. Ade's service in terms of training. He was the one that told me about data management and immediately gave me Mr. Ade's number. That same day, I reached out to him. The kind of reception, the kind of attention I got from him prompted me to go on LinkedIn to search for this person. And immediately, I got that satisfaction that, okay, this is actually what I want to do. And I put in for the program. After doing the program, we say the kind of support system that Mr. Ade has put in place has been a top-notch that is going to put or pull us through whatever challenges we are going to face. Because, you know, a whole lot of us, we just came into a new field. There are challenges that will come up that we are going to face. But the support structure that he put in place in types of alumni, providing additional information, preparing us for interview, are actually key things that we are going to enjoy. I really want to say that since I've came in contact with the program, it has been a great one. Though in the process, I had so many challenges attending interview, but there are some things he used to say during the training. One of those things is, don't overthink it. Pay attention and follow every list he gives to us. Every step he has asked you to follow it. It's going to help because the summary of everything we are going to do is what is going to teach you in this training. And I want to assure you, it has been a very, very successful story for me because finding myself in a new field and I have that support system in place and I discovered that basically everything we are doing are what he has summarized for us during the training. So my advice is for each and every one of us that are here today, you find yourself in the right place. You find yourself with the right man that can mentor you to get to where you want to get to. And because of the benefit I've enjoyed from a session, there are many of my friends that have referred to this program, and many of us, we are presently enjoying the benefit of his service, working in different sectors within the different sector, whether we are doing data quality or data governance and data management in general. So my advice is put your head in what is going to teach you and follow every process that he has put in place. At the end of the day, you are going to come out better and you are going to enjoy it. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. It's good to see you. And I like the things that you highlighted. Yes, it's absolutely correct. You know, it's counterproductive to give somebody your money, and you know you're not listening to what they're asking you to do. It's also even more dangerous to go and get a mentor that you probably have more sense than. Yeah, so you need someone who's been ahead of you, who knows where all the bumps are, the corners, and all that, and they can help you navigate. Thank you. Lastly, can we have Jimoh, please? Mr. Jimoh, please. You know, you can cut it to 10 minutes.
Hello, everyone. First, I want to say congratulations for being here because I used to say something to my friends and my family that when you are very prayerful, you have to be very observant. And why I'm saying congratulations is because you have taken like the second steps already in being in a domain that, look at it, what's the world population? 7 billion. And how many people is CDMP certified? Less than 10,000. Imagine the prospect in the next 10, 15 years, right? So my story is quite unique. I'm a baby, and the person that introduced me, I've seen Mr. Ade on Instagram, right? But I would say I was one of those people that, how many followers does he even have? He doesn't have a lot of followers. He doesn't have a lot of testimony. Are they cooking these stories up? Well, fortunately for me, my friend Adola, who spoke earlier, she referred me. I think I got my offer a month after she got hers, right? And it's been a very, very interesting experience. Reason being that, first, I was a product manager from Nigeria with Jumia before I came here. And I've been in travel space for a lot. But when I came here, it was my wife and I and my 2-year-old daughter, and she was in school. So a lot of people can relate who they were students. I could not work during the day. I could only work during the night because I had to babysit during the day. So you can imagine. So all I was doing was mental health support. And I came across this. Before then, I had paid £2,000 on a discount to Brain Station to say, okay, let me get certification on my product management, right? I've done Agile Scrum Master, Agile Product Owner. Guess what? I think I got about 6 or 4 interviews, and none of them moved from second stage. But the moment I joined BDS and we started interview prep and my CV was ready and I started applying, within that week, I knew that I've gotten a full-time job, because even the interviews alone were full-time jobs. So that was why I was congratulating you earlier, because now in the next 6 months of your life, you are going to be dedicated to data management. It could be faster, it could be longer, but the experience is going to be very, very interesting, because you are going to have that skill, that skill that will give you that confidence to apply to any job in the world. That will change your life for good. Sorry, I'm being a bit distracted by my daughter. Yeah. So the thing is that when you start the class, please listen. If you listen to everything that every one of us has said, there is unique similarity to the things that we're saying. At the end of the day, it ends in praise. Mr. Ade serves a living God, and he's doing this. A lot of the time when you go, you find out that people that you are even competing with are BDS people. They are your classmates. They are people that even are senior in class. So it's about the level of preparation that you are putting in, that you are going to get at the end of the day. So please put in a lot of effort. Imagine me paying $2,000 and I came here, and when I did mine was £800. I paid for myself and my wife immediately. I was doing night shifts. When I come back, when I'm in the night shift, when I'm in class like this, imagine being a mental health support worker with NHS hospitals, and I'm plugging something in my ear. I just sit in one corner, I'm in class listening. When I come back again, I will do that. I'll make sure I soak everything up. And when I'm speaking in the interviews, I speak with so much confidence that I own my sheets like my mentor has told me. I own my sheets. And where I didn't do well, I make sure that the next one, I come back to Mr. Ade. At some point, there was a job that I missed out at the second stage of interview. 90K, booking.com, with full sponsorship, like liberty to travel anywhere in the world. I just called Mr. Ade. I said, Mr. Ade, at this point, I think I'm just going to give up. Mr. Ade said, who born lion? The son of a lion is a lion. You are not giving up anything. Just keep going. Guess what? The following week is when I got my offer. Like the 2 weeks later is when I got my offer. And during the interview was a physical interview. The person that sat beside my current line manager was a project manager. And some of the examples I was giving, after the interview, the guy said, you have given me about 3 or 4 tips that will help me improve on my own job. This guy has been there for over 20 years. And me, that just did a boot camp for less than 3 months, is advising him. So you should know that for you being here, you are one step closer to achieving your dreams. So I just want to urge you, don't overthink it. If you want to be successful, just join. Just start your class immediately. and you are going to get all the support from BDS, even from the alumni, from Mr. James, from everybody. They are going to help you. We have people working in KPMG, anywhere you want to say, anywhere you want, even if you are tired of a particular industry, with this skill that you are going to have, you can decide to say, okay, I want to switch from telecoms to health. Because Mr. Ade will always say it is the same problem they have with data. Look at what AI is doing now. Look at how interesting OpenAI is. Now imagine you are the foundation of AI. Look at how hot cake you are. So I just want to say congratulations to everyone. I want to say God bless Mr. Ade for the vision, because really this is like the only community you see a lot of BAME people, people of color. That's the truth. This, and a lot of us, we are happy to say we are taking the front row in this. Imagine being the front row in project management or Scrum Master or product managers. Look at what those people are doing, how they become founders. In the next long run, we are also going to be founders of very big consulting or big companies that are going to be the foundation of thriving economies. So congratulations once again. Just make your payments. You can also arrange payment plan with Mr. Ade, and try as much as possible. Please.
Okay. We'll hear from Ramuna, who took our course a couple of years back and is now working in the industry. I would like her to share her experience, and then we can continue on this journey. Also gives you the opportunity to reflect on some of the things that I have said, and then be able to connect with somebody's experience. So Ramuna, good morning.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Ade, for having me here today. It's a pleasure to be here and to endorse this course, which has been just so great for me. So I have actually written down something that I wanted to share because I didn't want to forget anything. And right, so during the course, when you guys do the course, please try to be involved. Please ask questions, because you will receive so much support, and Mr. Ade will always be finding time to reply to your messages and call you back, if you call outside of the course time and so on. I honestly don't know how he does it, but he always does it, and thank you very much, Mr. Ade, for that. I'm sure that I'm speaking for a lot of us when I'm saying that. Once you finish the course, please make it your full-time job to apply for jobs, and make it your full-time job to actually get a job using this course. Don't be relaxed about it, because this is really important, and if you really try, you can actually get a job. Mr. Ade can teach you, but he cannot go to do the interviews in your place. So please be serious about it. Please try to have examples prepared, and at the interviews, act professional, and really mean it. Act like someone who did that for however 7 years or however many years you said in your CV that you have been doing this job. Act as if your life depends on it, because you just have to get one offer. Once that happens, you're basically set. And at least that's how it has been for me anyway. So just start applying, and don't worry about doing other courses, like all of the courses on Colibra, and don't worry about learning SQL and being fluent in Python and everything. Just start applying. The very first interviews, you might feel like you've done terrible, but that's okay. Keep doing them, because with every interview you do, you will learn something from it, and next time you'll do better, and you will keep doing better and better and better until one day when you will actually get that offer. For me personally, I got 2 offers last year, so I did the course from, I think, July, so June to August or something like that. And then in August, I was so sure that I would get a job using this course, and I was so determined to get one that I quit my job in August actually, and from September for 3 months I just applied for roles. I've been interviewing, and in December, just before Christmas, on 14th and 15th of December, I got 2 offers, and I work at a bank now. I'm really happy with my role. I get paid a whole lot more than I used to in my previous role, which was also at the bank, but it was in finance. It was, I had to do month-end stuff, accounting and so on, and I didn't like it a whole lot. I love what I do now, and I am sure that, if you try, you guys can do it too. This is totally doable. One of my friends, Maureen, is also on this call today. I am, speaking about this with my friends, also trying to encourage them to join it, because if I could do it, anyone can do it. It's really not that hard. You just have to try. Just try. Please do your best. Interview. Don't worry about doing all of the courses. As I said, just once you finish the course, start applying, and after a few interviews, you will get a role if you try hard enough. I know that some people get a role after their first interview with the first company they're interviewing with. Some might need to interview with 4, 5, 6 companies, but that is okay. I don't think that interviewing at 4, 5, 6 companies is a lot. I think that's totally fine. And as I said, you just have to get it right once. Get that first offer, and then get the experience, so that you actually have that in your CV. And then, the world is your oyster, basically. So yeah, that's sort of my thoughts on all of this. And I can only encourage you guys to go for this, because if you do, it will only change your life for the better. And yeah, that's all for me for today.
So now, what I want to do next is I'm going to ask a few more people to to highlight their experience, and then I'll show you how to transition, and then I'll take questions from anyone that has questions. So we're going to let the ladies go first. Madam Itiola, you want to please unmute yourself and tell us
Hello,
how you
everyone.
found the course. Yeah. Hello, we can hear you. Yes. Hi.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ramita. I joined BDS, the course I think I spoke to Mr. Ade just before New Year's Eve on December 2022. And it was a brief phone call, and I was convinced I was going to do the course, and I immediately paid, because I didn't want to go into the new year without, setting the goals. Essentially, I joined the February cohort for 2023, and it was an 8-week course with Mr. Ade, which I found really insightful. Initially, I was hesitant because I thought, as most people do, if you're going into tech, you would need certain skills. But there was no coding required. There was no previous IT experience required. For context, my background is in law and banking, and I've also done teaching. So I felt like the course was able to draw on all the previous skills that I'd had, and it was very good. At the moment, I work as a data quality lead for a global real estate company. When I got the call to come for the interview, I contacted Mr. Ade, and Mr. Ade was very instrumental to the prep work for the interview, because they did send me Excel sheets and questions to go alongside it. Thankfully, Mr. Ade already, I think he had a previous person from maybe the previous cohorts that had done that before. So he gave me insight as to how to approach it. But you still have to do your own research. You still have to do your own work. I did that, and I got to the second stage of the interview, which was brilliant as well. And then the third stage of the interview, I was asked to come in person. I was really nervous. I called Mr. Ade again to say, what do you think I should do? I could either go in person, or I could do the interview via Teams. And Mr. Ade said it would look better to go in person. It shows you're confident. Oftentimes people make their decisions when they meet you face to face. And I did. And to cut the long story short, that's how I got the role. I'm the only one doing data quality for the company as a whole. The company has been around for over 20 years. We are global. But I would say, essentially, BDS this course, the data management course, prepared me for the role I'm in now. Like Mr. Adi said previously, data management, there are various strands into it. So there's the data governance side, there's the data quality side, the MDM side. I chose to go the data quality side. And this course was instrumental to that. So if you're thinking about it, I would say, like someone said to me in 2022, go for it. Don't hesitate, go for it. To be honest with you, the role requires a lot of personal work, because it's not just about getting the role. You still have to do studying, you still have to do your research. I would say to you, if you're going to do the course, be active, be interactive with your group members, with your cohort, because eventually they're going to put you in groups, study together, share knowledge together, look at what the industry is talking about, what's the best practices in the industry at the moment, apply that. And I would also encourage you, the skill set that you already have from whatever roles you've previously done are vital. Don't think, oh, because I'm moving into tech now, that's not relevant anymore. You're going to need the people skills. You're going to need the process skills. Wherever you've worked, you're going to have to deal with people. So you're going to have to adapt your language. You're going to have to adapt the way you communicate with people. You're going to have to understand people as a whole, who you're going to prioritize and who you're going to, deal with on a day-to-day basis on a regular. So these are skill sets that you've already acquired over time, and they're all relevant to the data management course. So I would encourage you, like I said before, someone said to me, Remy, do the course. I would encourage you, please do it. If it's something you're led to do it. You won't regret it. Mr. Adi also, after the course, provides CV workshops, interview prep workshops, which I find truly helpful. Because oftentimes, if you're going into a different industry, you've got to get the vocabulary right. You've got to get the way you present yourself right. I found these interview prep workshops, CV workshops, really, really vital to the way you present yourself, because oftentimes people make the decision about hiring you within the first 5 minutes during an interview. So this, I think, was instrumental to me getting the role I'm in now. And I'm thriving. I'm not just in the role, I am thriving. So if you want to do the course, if you feel led to do the course, I would say go for it. That's coming from a place of personal testament. It worked for me, and it can work for you.
Thank you, Remy. Clearly, we can tell that you're a lawyer. That's very, very detailed. Thank you. Yes, of course. I think some of the things that you highlighted there about, the extra icing that we put on the cake around the interview prep, and CV workshop and all that. We are able to do that because we are real professionals. I have done this, for more than 20 years. So I don't see there's anyone best who you're not going to be in a better hand. Nobody, will be able to tell you that this is how to do it. You see what I mean? We have seen different sides of the elephant, right? And we are able to then apply different approaches to it. The CB workshop, of course, is led also by somebody who used to work in recruitment. You see what I mean? So if a recruiter is telling you how to write a CV, a recruiter is involved in telling you how to interview, how much more professionalism do you want to that? So do you need to that? So thank you very much, Remy. And I'm also glad two things that you said. You are the only data quality person in your organization, which is a global company.
It is, yeah, it is. I'm the data quality lead, yeah.
So when are you going to start building up your team so that we can, we have all
You'll be the first to know, Mr. Adi. You've got first dibs on that. Don't worry.
Of course, I trust. Yes, and then secondly, you said that you are not just there, you are thriving.
I am, by God's grace. By God's grace, I am thriving. Yes.
Of course, you are thriving by God's grace, because of you have the solid background to stand on. You see what I mean? So well done. Thank you. Any other lady? I can't remember. Adola. Is she here? Madam Adola. I may have forgotten to send her the invitation.
No, I don't. We don't have a deadline.
Okay, I think I dropped the ball there. Okay, I forgot to send an invitation. That's fine. Tomiwa.
Morning, my leader. Morning, everyone. It's interesting how you've picked these people for their testaments, because after what Remy has said and what Ramuna has said, we should just say the grace and go home. Because honestly and truly, they've said it all. I joined the January cohort, January this year, on the 6th or 7th, the first working day of January. And that was introduced to me, interestingly, by Ramona's partner's brother. So Ramuna that spoke the first time, her partner, the elder brother to that person, is my friend. And I was not working at the time. I was out of the contract. I'm a finance person. I'm accounting, auditor, everything. But I think I was just tired. I mean, I qualified ACC in 2012, so you can do the math. And then my friend, Karee, told me that, look, data governance is, in the world, in Yoruba parlance, it hasn't been bastardized, because many of these courses, to mention a few, BA, PMO, project management, Nigerians have bombarded the place. And I just thought, look, go for this course. I said, the money I've spent since coming to the UK for 4 or 5 years ago on all these courses, I don't have any other money on. And he said, don't worry, the money, I'll pay for it. So again, that was a ginger. But as I said, I wasn't working at the time. So I think my hunger, my persistence, my concentration in class was second to none. And I think on the second or third class, Mr. Ade told the group, a group like this, I think it was about 60 of us, that, be engaging, you put on your camera like we all are on camera, ask the right questions, open your eyes. And then he said, so this was January, and he told the class that before Easter, which was March-ish, that I'll bring the trophy home. Bringing the trophy home means, getting a job. And in my mind, I'm thinking, now I'm no longer doing this for myself. I'm doing this for Mr. Ade because I told the whole world that I'll be the first. And true to the matter, I think maybe the second to the last class or last training, we had done the interview prep, we had done the CV, everything. I got my first interview and I spoke to Mr. Ade. This is how it's going on. And he sent me an email, do this, do that, do that. And I sat for the interview. It was a one-stage interview. It's an American company. It's in aerospace. It was a 30-minute interview. And I'll be honest with you, all of the things that I had learned, many of it came into play. But just like Remy said, I think by the first 10, 15 minutes, they knew, I didn't know that I was going to get the job. But, it was a Thursday or Friday, and by the Monday, the recruiter had called me that, I had gotten the job. And I thought to myself, this is quite incredible because, just like Mr. Ade had said, those who concentrate in class, he knows. Those who turn on their camera, he knows. Those who ask the right question, he knows. And yes, I'm pleased to say that I'll be entering so I started on the 2nd of April because 1st of April was Easter Monday. And yes, I'm entering my 4th week next week. It is interesting because it's a data governance consultant. And the company I work for, without mentioning the name, they were one company and they were splitting off into 3 separate companies, all listed on the New York Stock Exchange. And you would imagine that there is data from that company that is going into 3 different companies. There is governance, there is access control, there is, all that kind of stuff. And the team is a small team. I'm replacing someone who's going on maternity. So it is not one of these things that I'm just playing. The manager and myself are going to be both of us will be the ones in the workplace, in the next 2 weeks. I think this course is, as I said, I can only do this because it has worked for me. I couldn't have done this for the BA or PMO or project management because, of course, I didn't get a job. And I told Mr. Ade when I saw him after I had gotten the offer that, the end game for me, unlike many other people, is not about doing the course or not about speaking. It's about getting a job. And because this has worked for me, I think it will work for you. Again, if I'm correct, I think Ramuna's job was also the first interview, first job type thing. So these things are possible. And just like Karee has said, if you feel led, it is, clearly Mr. Ade is, and I'm not sure who is better qualified, and, when he says the things he says on his social media, sometimes I laugh because they sound aggressive, but he can't be aggressive or boastful because he, as I said, he's had 2 decades experience. Nobody else will give you this. There is a top up of the interview prep, the CV coaching. So you will do your CVs. Don't think it's you do your CV, you send it to him, do this, change that, do this. All of 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and of course you'll send your CV to him. And he'll vet it or not, whether it's good or not. I think it is cost worthy of the cost. I think you would get the benefits of doing the course. I think it's a worthy profession to go into because, as I said, I've been in accounting audit for 12 years, and I just thought I'd had enough. I'm not sure what else to add, but I think this course has somewhat veered me out of my bread and butter, which is accounting and finance, into something quite dynamic and diverse. Thank you very much, Mr. Ade.
Thank you, Tomiwa. You were doing your possible best to outshine Remy. So well done. Yes, of course. I am very, very proud to obviously say what I say, because I can say it and I cannot be challenged. So, if you say something, you think that someone's going to challenge you, then you say it timidly. You see what I mean? So, yeah. And of course, we have to say some of these things because there are a lot of liars out there. So, we've got to make sure that they don't deceive as many people as we can prevent them from deceiving. Right. Kingsley. Mr. Kingsley.
Yes, Mr. Ade. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, it's great to be here.
Oh, sorry. Apologies. I missed out a lady. There's still a lady. Sorry. Martha. I just saw her put her hand up now. Martha.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Ade, for having me here today to speak about my work experience since completing my data governance training with BDS in 2022. So my name is Martha, and I'm a data governance consultant till date. My background is international relations and business management. So my background has really helped me to, transition into data governance and management. There is a popular saying by Mr. Ade, and the saying goes thus, that there are different ways to kill an elephant. And he says this because the principles of data governance and management, they are the same. And, those principles can be applied in any work setting that has to do with data governance, and management, quality and all of that. So I was able to go into the world of governance and management through the route of being a consultant. Yet again, an evidence that there are different ways to kill an elephant. So some will gain entry into this world as a data governance manager, lead analyst, specialist, etc. But guess what? The principles are the same, and all you need to do is understand the principles and apply them. So as a data governance consultant, I continue to have the opportunity to apply all I learned at BDS. And ever since I joined my consultant organization, all the projects I've been assigned to, by the grace of God, I have, delivered just because of the training I got from BDS, just because of the understanding, the strong rooted foundation that was instilled, through the training at BDS. So if you have the opportunity, of entering the world of governance and management through my same route, your typical day, as a consultant is essentially, engaging with stakeholders. Today I'm going to just talk briefly about what my work experience is, because it's your land, Tomiwa. They've said a lot. There's nothing else I can add to what they said. So typical day as a data governance consultant is Once you are assigned to a project, you've understood all the deliverables, the acts, and all of that, what you essentially need to do is engage with internal and external, stakeholders, engage with them, network, across, the organization, just to understand, what you're doing, to deliver on the project. So once that is in place, the next thing you just need to do is, set out your clear, objectives, what you need to do, set them out clearly, and just follow the steps. So data governance it's an holistic, it's an holistic discipline. Everything, that I was taught during my training at BDS, I have continued to apply them. It could be, reference, master data management, reference data management, metadata management, data quality, whatever it is, I have continued to, apply these things in all my projects. So as a consultant, as a consultant, we wear different hats. You could be a data analyst today, a BA, data governance analyst today. The principles are the same. So I would say BDS training, it's the right platform for one to gain the expertise, the knowledge, the experience, practical experience for this field. So because I can recollect during the training, we were very equipped with knowledge in terms of the interviews preps we had, the classes we had. We were given the opportunities to to ask questions. And one thing I find very fascinating about BDS and Mr. Day most especially is that no matter the question you ask, no matter how you put it, because of his vast years of experience, he has the right response to it. And if you apply those responses, to any project, to any task, you would always hit the nail on the head. So I would say you are in safe hands, coming to BDS, and the sky is just the limit. Just listen and apply the principles. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. And thank you for your kind words. Of course, I like your analogy at the beginning. So many ways to kill an elephant. Yes, of course. There's definitely so many ways to kill an elephant. Okay, cool. Thank you. Kingsley.
Yes, Ustade, thank you for having me on this platform. I've so many of the alumni that have spoken, they basically every aspect of what it takes to on this course and also get a job. I'll just come in from a different perspective. You've talked a lot to the attendees here about the plans. If you want to, for example, relocate, you need to have something that you are going to be able to lay your hands on when you're relocating. You can also stay wherever you are and get a job through this course. So I'll just go with my story. After joining the course, I got to know Mr. Ade as somebody who is a very principled man, and he's always talking about the Holy Spirit leading him. And at that time, it was kind of different for me for different courses that I've attended. And but I'm saying this because I want to say something that how I got to know about the BDS. I was just on Instagram sometime. I had already relocated my family to the UK, and I was back in Nigeria to round up my work. And I was on Instagram and I saw something like this session happening with Mr. Ade, and I just got intrigued. My background is in engineering, but I left engineering after about 3 years of practice and went into sales for about 18 years. So I've worked with data a lot, especially as a salesman. But I had never heard of anything called data management. So when I got on that Instagram live that day, I was wondering, what is this man saying, and what's data management? I knew data analysis, I knew business analysis, and it was just strange to me. But I would say the Holy Spirit kept me interested, and I continued until the end. And after that, I put a call through to Mr. Ade. The way I received my call, answered my questions, I was also convinced that, okay, this is something I should try my hands on, since I'm about to take this step into the unknown by relocating. So fast forward, I came into the UK some months later. I started the course actually remotely from Nigeria, and then I came in after the 8 weeks, and it took me about 2 months to settle in and all that. And then I started with my CV. I did my CV, sent it to Mr. Ade for review. He reviewed it, and then it was like, yes, you are good to go. So I started applying for jobs. I got a few calls initially, and I would say everybody's story is not the same. So my story was, I got interviews, and for one reason or the other, I kept getting to just the tipping point where it was going to be a yes, but somehow it would turn to a no. So I did about 8 interviews, got to the last stage for about 7, and then to God be the glory, I got a job offer on the last day of February this year, 2024. So it took me about 6-7 months of continuously applying and putting myself out there to make sure that I could get the interviews and then being successful. And I remember particularly Mr. Ade always encouraging and also pushing and saying, when are you going to get this job? You've been doing this for this long. You need to bring home the trophy. And I could see a lot of people, my fellow alumni, my cohort members, some of them had already delivered the trophy. So I was also gingered to put in my best, to put in more effort. And I told him then that I would bring that trophy in February. So February 28th, I had an interview. And on the 29th, I got a call that I had been taken and I will be offered the job. And even Mr. Ade does not know this. I had another interview the same February 29th, just about 30 minutes after I got the successful call. And I almost said, I said to myself, oh, I finally made it. I don't need to do this other interview. But I'd say again, the Holy Spirit told me, do it. And I did the interview, and the next week, I got a call again that I was successful. So after 7 months of trying, I got 2 job offers in practically 2 days. One was as a data governance analyst, and the other was as a data governance manager. So when Mr. Ade talks about the roles available, there are so many roles, so many jobs available. We just need to make up your mind, come into the course with the mentality that you're going to give your best. You're going to attend the classes, you're going to be on video, you're going to have the questions you need to ask them. Yes, there are opportunities and there are avenues for you to always connect with Mr. Ade and ask questions. And there are other faculty also in BDS that you can also interact with that will give you that same service that Mr. Ade gives. But you must be ready to bring your best at every point in time. And I'm sure you would get the results at the end of the day. It's a very rewarding industry. And like Mr. Ade always says, the jobs are out there, and practically new jobs are coming out every day. More and more companies are understanding the need for them to have their data better managed. And therefore, this is a quite virgin field. So make up your mind to join this course and put in your best, like I said. And we've heard from the different alumni, their different experiences, and how they'll be able to transition from diverse careers into this industry without any understanding or previous knowledge of data or technical side of data. So for me, it's been a wonderful journey. I've done about 4 weeks now, and like the last speaker said, it's a rewarding journey because you get to engage with people, you get to talk with people, you get to show them what you have. And once you're confident, and with Mr. Ade's backing and the rest of BDS, you'll be able to deliver. So there should be no fear at all about if you can do the job. Just put in your best. That's my own take.
Hi. Hi, everyone. I'm flying the flag. Honestly, you can't go wrong. You have just been given a snapshot of what data governance is all about. Mr. Ade will take you through. I have come from a totally different background, and I'm now working in data governance. I'm a data governance manager, and literally everything he has told you in the last, I've only been on for about 10 minutes. Everything he has told you is spot on. You're on this call at the moment, so you're obviously thinking about it. Don't think, bite the bullet, get on the course, and once you're in, I promise you, you will have every single support that you need, both from Mr. Ade and his wider team, and it's ongoing. It's not, a one-time thing. It is ongoing, and the BDS family, because that's all I can call them, is a wonderful place to become a part of. Supportive, genuine people who want you to succeed. And why not? Like I said, I've come from a totally different background. Only regret I have is I didn't do it earlier. So I'm wishing you all the best, and I'm hoping to see loads of you shortly. Bye.
Thank you, Mrs. Bam.
See ya.
Bye. Madam Muju.
Yeah, just as can you hear me, everyone?
Yes, I can hear you. Good evening.
Yeah, Nikki has said it all really. That was exactly my experience. I was actually skeptical at first because fear of the unknown and all. But I'm so glad that I made a decision at the end of the day. It was really, there was a lot of support on the platform. The courses were, each session was very informative, and Mr. Ade is full of experience, real life examples that help drive every point home. So you are not lost, you are not left in confusion, and he also takes time to answer questions. Like Nikki said, there's a lot of support in terms of CV sessions, CV writing sessions, interview preparation sessions. So you are really not left on your own. So so I would really advise that you take this. Like Nikki said, it was something I wish I actually did earlier. So I'm glad, really glad I made the decision to join Berkeley Data Strategists to get on this course. It has paid off for me. So I wish you all the best, really, as you make a decision. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Muju. You know, when an African person says that paid off for me, then it means that some serious money is coming in. Madam Olato, do we have Madam Olato on the call?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Olato. So my story has been a bit funny because I'm a serial course taker. I've taken PMO, I've taken Scrum, and I remember my first call to Mr. D was that what's the guarantee that I'm going to get a job? And he just laughed. He was like, if I show you my portfolio of this and that, I was like, this man that's just making mouths like this. Anyway, long story short, I did the course in November, and to the glory of God and Mr. Day's support and the team as a whole, I got my offer, last week? After 2 interviews, I got my offer last week. I haven't resumed. We're still working on documentation, but I'll tell you one thing for sure. Or like the other courses I've done, Mr. Ade would hold your hand, literally spoon feed you to ensure that you get it. It would, and I'm taking, you should take my word for it. It would literally spoon feed you to ensure that
you get it after the course. And this is not, I'm not talking about 2 weeks after your course has ended or 3 weeks, as in months after, even a year after. It will keep checking on you to see how far, how is it going. It will spoon feed you, it will hold your hands to ensure that you get a job. That I can tell you for sure. So like the other people have spoken, it's worth taking. It's worth, doing. Thank you.
Thank you, Olato. So she came to my office. I know I like to tell a lot of stories. She came, I think she was in my office 2 days ago, and then she said, "Oh, she used to say to people that all these success stories that we post is all lies. It's all lies." Until she found herself, she found her own post there. She realized that it's all true. Yes, you're not alone. You're not the only person that have been everywhere and anywhere to do courses. You have to be very careful. There's so many of them popping up everywhere. Check them out on LinkedIn. Ask them to show you exactly what they do themselves. You can't just open a company and say you are a trainer and hire people to be, collecting money. Anyway, do we have any other lady? I think that's all. Okay. Kingsley.
Hello, everybody. Good evening. Thank you, Mr. Ade, for this opportunity to share my story, or part of my story. It's still in line with what the ladies have shared. I think one very important thread in what they said was about the support you get from Mr. Ade, the Berkeley data strategist team as a whole throughout this journey. I did my training sometime in March last year. I was still in Nigeria at that point in time, and I was still working, heavily involved in work. And to cut the long story short, I couldn't really maximize the training at that point in time. When I came into the UK, I joined the mentorship program at the headquarters around June last year, and it was quite enlightening, eye-opening. I could better grasp the concepts. I started to understand the principles. And within a few weeks, I did my CV, Mr. Ade reviewed it, and I started applying for jobs. And I got calls, I got interviews. Yeah, at the beginning, it was a bit, I wouldn't say difficult, but it was a bit not as easy connecting the concepts of the course and then achieving that offer of getting a job. But I kept at it. And just last week, I finally landed the trophy. Okay, 2 weeks ago. And last week, I did 2 interviews back to back. And I landed those 2 interviews just last week. So I would just say to everybody that is on this call, you are getting the best training available there in this data management industry, and you will get the same support, like the ladies have said, all through your journey from day one. I would just advise that you create the time, you dedicate yourself to learning the principles. And I know Mr. Ade, he says it a lot. It's not about cramming. It's about getting the principles. And for me, I think one of the areas that I love so much about this training is that you can connect to in any area you have worked, even if you have not worked in corporate before, even if you are a business owner, there's something that connects your own experience to one organization or even more organizations out there that would need data management in their to better use their data. So the opportunities are vast, and Mr. Ade will guide us, everybody, to get that offer and to see this. So thank you.
Thank you, Kingsley. Well, Michael, allow Nikbekon.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Ade. Yeah, so I spoke to Mr. Ade in July when my friend told me about data management. I have a background in data analyst, and as a data analyst, and also did data science as a master's. But I wanted something more. I just didn't want to work write codes and all those things. So after the call, I sent my initial deposit to him that, I think, the night or day after. And I wasn't even sure what it would look like, but it has paid off. Just from June, I got 3 offers. And, I had to let go of some because it didn't meet my expectation. And yeah, there's always something new, something excited that there's a career that you can keep going high as much as you can. So it's something I know that is going to be here for long. And just like you said, I still reach out to everyone in the team, and there's a lot of support. So you are in for a good ride, and you'll be the next person sharing the story. Sign up. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. 3 trophies, yes. Yeah, I remember telling you that please stop interviewing, leave trophy for others to collect. Yeah. Tomiwa. Do you have Tomiwa on the call? I haven't seen his face. I'm not sure if he joined.
I don't think he didn't join. No.
Okay. I hope I sent him the link anyway. Mr. Lassis.
Good evening, everyone. And thank you, Mr. Ade, for the opportunity. Everyone has said it all. It's was an amazing journey for me because I transitioned from a non-IT or tech background, so to say, into this. And the most important thing for me was the journey and how Mr. Ade held our hands through the training period and the process of how we went through the interview preps and how it prepares you for the interviews and things that you normally take for granted. His attention to detail is spot on. It covers every area, and by the time you go into the interviews and they start asking you questions, you start talking, everything starts coming back to you. But more importantly, as everyone has said, we all have to play our parts. They can spoon feed you, but you have to open your mouth to take it. You have to play your own part, do the studying, because nothing will come easy. You have to do the hard part of it, study and understand what you're doing. And more importantly, if you have the opportunity to take up the mentorship program, that you come to the office, because then after my training, I just used to go and sit in his office for the mentorship program and learn from people that have gone ahead and they've started work and they have one project or one issue they're dealing with at work. They come to the office, you sit down on the board and be explaining things to them. And from there, we caught up on a lot of things. And those are real life courses, work streams that they are working with in their office. So to cut the long story short, I started my job with the government department agency last year. I'm about 8 months into my role now, and I just found out that everything that has been said or we've been taught at the training comes back in the role. There's no technical. I don't do coding. I don't do anything. It's just processes, making sure that things are done the right way. You're more or less like a gatekeeper, so to say, pointing people in the right direction, making sure that things are done properly. And the way data management works, it's not rocket science. It's common sense, if I can say it that way, because whatever you do or whatever you're going to do is already in line with the strategy of the company. You're not going to reinvent anything. It's not rocket science. It's everything that is there, that you're just working with your data governance framework or whatever. Companies call it different things, but the principle is the same. So I'll encourage everyone that's on this call to take on the course and just stay focused and we hear success stories every day. I'm in Mr. Ode's office practically every day, and every day at least you hear minimum 2 stories that one person has just gotten the job. Some people, even before they finish their training, there was one that was surprised that before the person completed the training, he had gotten a job. So let's all key into this, and I'm sure that we'll have success story and we can build this BDS family bigger than it is now. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lassis.
Hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much, Ade, for this opportunity. I'll be very, very, very fast. Okay, for me, I had a very good job in Nigeria. I was in Nigeria all my life. I was working in the banking sector. I was working in Access Bank, and the pay was good. I was very, very comfortable. But the time came when I was planning to relocate because my wife had relocated. She got a job in the UK, and I was left with the children. So I knew I had to relocate very soon to the UK. So I signed up for the October class last year, and that was when the journey started for me. I got to the UK December 29th to be precise last year, and within the month of January, I got a job. That was very, very, very fast. Going to the first interview, I felt unprepared because I've not really had that interview before. But when I went into the interview, I discovered that I had a lot to deliver. I had a lot to give, and the panel, they were very, very impressed with me at the interview. And I got my first job. I'll be resuming by the first week of March. That's next month. And this was just my first interview, first trial. And it gave me much confidence and belief in myself that, okay, I could do this. So I would recommend this training for anyone who is trying to give it a try. You need to put your all. It's worth it. Once you go through the training and you put your all, then there's nothing stopping you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Ade, for the privilege. I'm actually happy to be doing this. It's been a dream over the years. So I'll try as much as possible to summarize my story. It's a long one, but I'll summarize it. And I hope that one or two people benefit from it. So I came to the UK from Nigeria. In 2021, I came for my master's program, which lasted for about a year. I finished in 2022. And that was where my journey started from. I wanted a business analyst role. I was determined, I was specific, I was working towards it. I enrolled for a training that cost about over £1,000. I was very intense with it, and I was determined to get this role, you know, and months passed, first month, second month, nothing came up. I got a few interviews. However, I did not get a job. And, you know, I went as far as starting the BCS certification. That's the certification in business analysis. I did the foundation. It was on my CV. I had relevant experiences. At some point, I remember that I had to even change my CV to a Scrum Master's. From Scrum Master, I moved on to product owner. You know, I was over the place because I just wanted this professional role. I was tired of getting the survivor jobs and getting low income. You know, and I did everything I could. I did more than 10 interviews, but I did not land a job. It was one excuse or the other. It was, unfortunately, we got a better match. Unfortunately, we think you fit in a particular role, but they won't come back. But I didn't get the job anyways. And, you know, I gave up at the end of the day. So I did this for 14 good months. I was going back and forth, going from one interview to the other, you know, and preparing aggressively for these interviews, and I didn't get any job. So last year, November, that's 2023, I was just, you know, telling one of my friends, a lady, sorry, this is what I've been through, and I think I'm giving up. I'll just go back to what I was doing before, which is, you know, just one of the survivor jobs here in the UK. And I was just telling her, oh, I'll go back to what I was doing before. I can't do this anymore. And she said, oh, that one of her friends mentioned to her that she got a job after doing a training, but she can't really remember what she was talking about. I said, please call that person back immediately. So that day it was a Sunday evening, 9 p.m. We put a call through to a particular lady. I didn't know her. She just introduced me to her, and she said, oh, there's a data management training you can go for. It's just about 8 weeks, and, you know, you can get along well. I'm like, wow. So I called Mr. Ade the following day, which is a Monday morning. I called him and said, sorry, we started the cohort already. I said, don't worry, I'm a fast learner, I will join. So that was when I joined. I joined in December, and they already started the training. You know, I opted in, I watched recorded videos, I started reading, doing my own research, you know, asking different questions. I was participating aggressively in assignments, reading and watching the videos over and over again until I made sure that I understood everything. And it was just about 3 weeks into the training, and we went for Christmas break. During my Christmas break, I felt, okay, let me check LinkedIn, let me see if there are jobs in this field. And I just sent out a very few applications, very, very few. By 3rd of January, recruiters started chasing me everywhere. I couldn't even pick calls because I didn't know what to say. We were just 3 weeks into the training, and I was getting interviews back to back and all of that. By 2nd week of January, I'd already booked about 5 interviews. I spoke to Mr. Ade again. This is where I am. I hope I'm not being too forward. And, you know, he prepped me. We gave me the 101% support I needed. And I went for my very first interview, and I landed my job. It's very rewarding. It's something that when I look back, I feel that Mr. Ade is a blessing. You know, looking at my journey, I would still be in my survival job and still trying to survive, you know, struggling to pay your bills. It's difficult here in the UK. But I thank God for that call. And I thank God that, you know, I did my part as well. Everything would not come to your lap. You have to also do a lot of job. You have to do your CVs. You have to pay attention in class. You have to be very sure that you are ready for this. You have to be passionate. Just like I was telling a friend in the afternoon, I said, you need passion for this thing, you know. It won't just come like that. You need to put effort. You need to put energy into it. The training is just once a week, which was very, very convenient for me because I had to do other things as well. So it's just 2 hours a week, and you get the recordings and you can watch over and over again. And that was one of the things that really helps me. And, you know, everything was off the top of my head. I was talking about data everywhere. And yeah, okay. Yeah, so that's all from me. So it's rewarding. If the training is even 5,000, it's actually more than that. You'll make more than that in a month, I can tell you, if you are ready for the job. So I got my job and I'm happy. Yeah, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Tolu. I remember when you called me during the Christmas break. Of course, I was in Lagos, and I was just about to go out with my family. I had to go and hide somewhere because my wife had said, you know, you won't kill yourself. You know, this is holiday time. So I just went to go and hit. When I saw the call, I just took my phone. I went to go and hit to go and to speak to you. But well done. You put in the work. And then you get the reward. Of course. Well done. Demi.
Hi everyone. Yeah, such wonderful stories, but my story is also very similar. And I know a lot has been said tonight, but I can just permit me to say you are in the right place. You have come to the right place. And I say that because I've been through the journey. Maybe some of you are here tonight and you were also thinking, is this, you know, can I do this? I'm not a technical person. It sounds complicated, but I can tell you, if I can do it, anyone can do it. I've come from a, non-technical background whatsoever. So I used to be a teacher, a primary school teacher. So nothing to do with this. But I was at the stage where I wanted a career change. I wanted to do something different. So a friend told me about Mr. Ade, and, I called him. And the rest is history. I remember very well the very first lesson, session we had. I remember sending a text to Mr. Ade and saying, "You are a fantastic teacher," because I know what a good teacher should look like. And, he knows how to bring examples of things to life. He knows how to use, real life examples to bring things to aid your understanding. So I can tell you without a doubt, you are in the right place. I went through the training just like everybody else, but one key thing, however, I'm sure that has come through over and over today is you need to do your part as well. You need to be engaged. You need to be willing to, to make that change that you desire. So that was one key thing I remember. I would ask any question, and that's the good thing about Mr. Ade. He would answer any question. So don't ever feel, oh, a question is a silly question. I also really took advantage of the, the groups that he put us into, to work on the projects together. Some of my group colleagues are also here on the call tonight, which is such a joy to see this come true. So that's one thing I will say. I went through the course as well. And, as soon as, we did the interview prep, I put my CV out. And I remember Mr. Ade, supporting me through that journey. And, again, just like I think it was Tulu that mentioned that. I think it was the same with DJ as well, which I was thinking, wow, this is interesting. I also landed my job, the very first interview as well. And I think one thing I've not even told Mr. Ade as well was I remember 2 or 3 weeks ago, I was having a chat randomly with one of my colleagues who had been on the interview panel, and she said, Timmy, we interviewed about 6 people for the role and you were the best. I just wanted to let you know that you were fantastic. And I say that because everything came from that solid foundation. I'm a Christian. The Bible says if that foundation is destroyed, what can the righteous do? So it's very important, and I think that's what BDS does. It gives you that solid foundation. You're able to connect the dots together. You're able to do what you need to do. And I can tell you, it's just a fantastic role to be in. It's nothing technical. No 2 days are the same, and that's what I enjoy about what I do. No 2 days are the same. You're either talking to one stakeholder, another stakeholder the next day, and it's just a very rewarding job. So I can tell you're in the right place. Please don't even overthink it. Go ahead and register, and I'm sure you'll definitely come back and thank me. So thank you for having me, BDS. It's such a joy to be here.
Thank you, Demi. And thank you for keeping it short. Chica, I haven't seen your face in a very long time. You came, you saw, you conquered, you collected your trophy, and you disappeared. It's good to see you again.
Very good to see you, sir. So, hi everyone. My name is Chica. I was a lecturer before I joined BDS. I got my role as a data governance analyst in my first interview under 1 month. So the thing is, I don't know how to say it, but if you're here, all I can say is just register. There's no 2 ways. I'm not going to give you a long speech. If you know what a real life pessimist is, that's me. If you watch the recordings, when I was in the training, February 2023, I was always fighting Mr. Ade. And everyone on my group knew me as that Wahala woman. So the thing is, but he doesn't care. He just wants you to succeed. And when I finished the training, in fact, I started applying before I finished the training because I had very bad experiences from all these data management, data analyst trainers, business analyst trainers, all those things. So I just felt this guy is going to chop my money and run again. So that's why I was like that. But he didn't even care. He just kept on telling me, Chica, just do what you need to do. I fought with my group guys when they wouldn't turn up to do the meetings or anything. He told me, Chica, just do the work. And I'm telling you, it took me 3 weeks, just 3 weeks after completing the training to get my job. And the person who is my direct boss is a BDS alumni. This guy might not have taken me on merit, but the fact that he spoke with Mr. Ade got me that job. And Mr. Ade did not say, oh, that girl, she's a troublesome girl, oh, don't give her that job. No. He called me and said, they want to give you the job. Would you do it? I said, yes. I had some documentation that had to come through and all that. The company waited 3 months for my documentation to come through. And they gave me the job. They said, don't worry, we would wait. And that's all because of who I know. So I'm on my roll now. I'm enjoying it. I can see people saying, how much is the salary? Just know that I'm not going to tell you what I earn, but you will be very comfortable. You won't even In fact, you won't even need to worry about changing your direct debits when your bills are coming in the month. Your money would be going out. You won't even know you've paid your bills. After I got my role, I went on a very expensive holiday with my family. And that's the first holiday we had been on since what? COVID. And I paid for it. So in a nutshell, you have to put in the work. You have to make sure that you listen. Put your cameras on. That's very important because in my organization right now, if you turn up to a meeting and your camera is off, they don't take you seriously. I only have to be in the office once a month if I want to. And the only way they know who I am, the only way they feel my impact is when they see me on camera. It's a good culture to have your camera on. They feel it's rude if your camera is off. And Mr. Ade says this all the time. It's important. So if you want to transition into IT, you're in the right place. And Mr. Ade would not stop speaking to you. You just need to keep that communication going. Data management is so interesting. So interesting. I'm not the brainiest person, but but I'm able to do it. So you should be able to do it. Thank you.
Thank you, Chica. Your boss took you on merit. It's not because you are a BDS alumni. You were taken on merit, of course. But of course, again, in life, that's why you have mentors, right? Nobody gets far on their own, right? If you have people, I keep saying, who have been ahead of you, you just rest on their shoulders, and then you are fine. We have so many people who are, of course, the same in your shoes, who of course are working for a BDS, alumni. So it gives me a great pleasure. I don't hide it. It gives me a great pleasure to be able to, for us to be able to do that together. So yeah, that. It is what it is. Right. Thank you, and it's good to see you again after such a long time. We need to catch up at some point anyway. But so I'll give a call. Ruth, I just want to call the ladies first because I'm a gentleman.
Good evening, everybody. It's good to have and see familiar faces. Timmy said something, said this is the right place, and I want to give it to you for at least taking the time out of your busy schedule to join this masterclass. It's actually like the first step in doing the right thing. And this was one decision I took in doing the right thing, listening to my sister-in-law. She was the one that was like, oh, you have a master's in data science. And that's why everybody has said their non-technical background. I want to also urge those that are even technical on this call to also go ahead and take this training, because with the training, I was able to have hands-on experience. So it's not just theoretical aspects now. It's not just you knowing about data management or data governance. It's the projects Mr. Ade will give you. And he is always keen on mentorship. This beginning of this year, Mr. Ade called me out of the blues. I wasn't even expecting it. And he said, Ruth, where's your trophy? And I was like, oh, Mr. Ade, I didn't want to disturb you because you've given me everything I needed to fly. And that's what this training is going to give you, everything that you need to fly. And to God be the glory, I have 2 offers. And Mr. Ade is like, oh, pick this one, don't pick this one. So that's what BDS will do for you. And Tolu mentioned something. She said it's about also you doing your part. So it's not in as much as it will give you everything to fly, you also have to do the work. You have to put in more effort. And you attending this masterclass is one effort, but I also urge you, pay in that money. We have installment payments, pay and just attend the class, ask questions like Chica said, and just know that he's there for you. We are also there too. I think I told Mr. Ade, he shared a testimony recently, and I told him, I said, I can't wait to do this for others too. And when he called me and said, you have to do this on Friday, I said, yes, I'm free. So that's what this training will do for you. And I just believe that you will do it. Yeah, the registration fee, Mr. Ade would reach out to you. I see some people asking already. So that's my story in a very short summary.
Okay, thank you, Ruth. It's good to see you again. Yes, of course. Your sister-in-law is one of our, strong alumni as well. So, and I wish you all the best in your role when you eventually decide which one you want to start.
Thank you, Daddy.
Okay. Right. I think that's all the ladies. Okay, let's call Albert. Albert. It's good to see you. You are growing your beard now a lot.
Yes, sir. Hello, everyone. My name is Albert Adai. It's been a thrilling journey with BDS and specifically with Mr. Adi as well. I've built, that strong relationship with him. He's become like a big brother. Of course, he's the maestro, he's the mentor, he's the pathfinder, he's everything. And I'm amazed every time I think about how I came, how the Lord caused us to cross paths. I'm just so amazed. The reason why I'm saying this is I picked up a master's degree at Warwick Business School back in 2006 in information systems and management. I finished that in 1 year. I did very well in that course. Of course, I live in this country. I never got the opportunity to work in IT. I was so desperate to get, opportunity in terms of, being IT consultant. I applied everywhere. And then I can remember applying, as far as I can remember, it was about 200 jobs that I applied to. Only 5 called me for interview, and I didn't even get that. So I just completely gave up, and I retrained to work in a different sector altogether. So working in the NHS. So for many years, I was just considering thinking, how am I going to get into IT? Thankfully, I work with a dear sister who comes from Nigeria. I come from Ghana, the best country in the whole wide world. Anyway, so and so therefore, this dear sister told me, look, Albert, I explained to her that I have a master's degree in information systems and management. And she said, what are you doing here? She introduced me to the brother who had gone through the course with BDS and said, look, Albert, you need to speak to my brother. And so I spoke to him, and he explained the processes. He explained what the course actually entails. And I immediately, the following day, I made a phone call to Mr. Adi, and I think that he was out of the country. He explained everything. I just wanted to kind of get closure and more or less more understanding and insight about the course. So I bombarded him with a number of calls. But thankfully, this man is so patient. He's very patient, and he opened up everything to me, and he encouraged me to come on the course. But prior to this, ladies and gentlemen, I had signed up for software testing, business analyst course, and some of them I will lose their enthusiasm along the way, because imagine I had paid thousands of pounds to be on an information systems and management course, and it didn't work out. So I just gave up. So this one, I was just trying to test the waters, whether it will work or not. But the course was so exciting. The very first day I joined the course, I decided that, look, I'm going to soak in everything to the stage that I decided to go into my local library. I just went in there, booked a room, and I locked myself in there to listen and to also kind of transcribe everything this man was saying, because I just wanted to simply get it. And so the very first, session, I just was in the library, and subsequently, I'll just hide myself in my little office at home and just soak it in. I participated fully in every sort of assignment, and I also bombarded him with question after question after question. And thankfully, Mr. Adi, with his depth of knowledge and his style of teaching, is so wonderful. I'm one way or the other, I'm a teacher and a public speaker, in pastoring and things like that. So I like it when people break things down and make it quite simple for people to understand. So, I really enjoyed the course and participated fully, and also made some really meaningful relationships, during the course. And to cut a long story short, I could, because of the nature of my work, I could not participate fully in all the interview preps. So I would make contact with Mr. Ade. He would send me previous, interview sessions that have been, held, and I signed up for the mentorship as well because I just wanted to make this work. I told my wife about the benefits out there, and I told her about what could happen and the life change that could come as a result of that. So her expectations were really, really high. So when I started attending interviews, how did it go? Every first interview, she was asking, and so on and so forth. So anyway, to cut a long story short, I was going through the interviews and transcribing everything. And everything Mr. Ade says, please, when you sign up, write it down. Write it down. Come home, ponder over it, reflect on it. Be aggressive, pursue. Aggressively pursue this. Be passionate about it. Go for it with all your heart. That is exactly what I did. Night after night, I will sit on it. I'll read. I'll transcribe this. I'll go over it again and again until it became part of me. And so at interviews, it was just like people will say to me at interviews, you have a lot of experience. You have a lot of experience. Anyway, I signed up in the May 2023. Back in December, in August, we finished our training in July. August, I started applying. September, I started applying. Of course, there were a few bumps here and there because I couldn't attend the interview prep, and so on and so forth. But thankfully, I soaked it in again back in December and January. And to cut a long story short, I landed a job with a multinational pharmaceutical company. The pay alone is like thrice what I was currently, I'm currently earning, with my NHS role. And when I told Mr. Ade that, he said, what, I can remember what exactly he said. He said, what a fantastic job, what a fantastic company, and what a fantastic salary. I'm so grateful to God for causing Mr. Ade to come into my life. Mr. Ade, I'm so very grateful. Every morning when I wake up, I thank God for your life. I thank God for the connection, the relationship that we have built over the past few weeks and months. And thank you so much for being there for every one of us. I'm so appreciative of that. So please join in. You will never regret it. And when you do, go for it with all your heart. Thank you very much.
Pleasure. Thank you, Mr. Ade. Hello, everyone. So I actually found out about the course from a friend who was recently relocated, and he had a friend that did it and had gotten a job. So I was part of the October cohort. So I messaged Mr. Ade on WhatsApp. I paid that night, and I took the course. I was actually, I think a week later, I'd missed a Saturday, so I was able to catch up before the next class. So we finished, and then I started, even before I finished, I started applying for jobs. And I had an interview for October the 31st in the UK. So I booked a flight from Nigeria to the UK for the interview. The salary wasn't what I wanted, but I thought at least it was something. So I flew in for the role, and they said all the right things. They were like, "Oh, your presentation, your insights, like you have a deep knowledge," but fortunately, I didn't get that job. I kept on applying. I had, other physical interviews. I was getting to the final stage, and just before Christmas, I got a job offer for the job I'm currently working at. So I'm in my second week now, and the testimony is that this job is paying, like almost double what the job I originally came to the UK to interview for. So if you apply yourself to the course, I think it will put you in a very good position where the lower paying jobs, they will know that they were like, oh, you're overqualified for this. They won't believe that you'll stay long. But the jobs of true value that, they're paying something substantial, are the ones who would, call you and give you job offers. So yeah, I'm a living testimony that, the content is there. If you apply it, you can, I've not only did I secure the job, I'm inside the job and I don't feel lost. I don't feel like, like I'm swimming in the ocean. Everything is, it's just flowing. So let me stop talking there. But yeah, welcome on the journey for those who choose to join.
Thanks, Kingsley. Yes, of course, you cannot feel like you are drowning. It's not possible. You know that everything that we do here is based on proper professionalism and experience. We haven't started training for people because we are hungry. John Tulu.
Hello everyone.
I hope you're not going to speak Arabic. Are you started speaking Arabic?
No, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. I'm sorry, guys. It's actually quite late here. Late here. It's about 11:30. So I do apologize if I sound a bit drowny. Well, my story is actually similar to Kunle's. Nothing much. Well, all I'll say is he said everything I would say, but I'd like to prepare your mind, okay? Yes, the roles in this profession, the loads of roles. I still get phone calls, with job offers. I still got a phone call today, to start a role. I didn't even remember I applied for the role and all that. So don't be scared. I would actually say listen to Mr. Ade. I know you have different backgrounds and I know you guys are brilliant, but trust me, put that aside for now. It's just for 8 weeks. You can pick up that folder later. Listen to him, go over the videos, ask questions, don't be shy. If you don't understand things, reach out to him. And I can assure you, Mr. Ade would respond. It might take a while. I know he's a busy man, but he would definitely respond. The jobs are out there. And let me prepare your mind again. Yes, you're going to get a lot of rejections. I got over 50 rejections. I got job offers. And because of me living in Africa, Nigeria at that point in time, they couldn't, he doesn't even know this. I got so many roles in Germany, but they couldn't offer me the role because it takes about, 6 months just to get a work permit. So they couldn't offer me the job. So I would say don't give up. Keep applying. The jobs are there. The money is good. I got my offer in October. So I started working remotely from Nigeria before I moved to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. So please, just listen to him. Listen, ask a lot of questions. There's a reason why I'm saying that. Ask a lot of questions. And after your classes, go back to your videos and listen to them over again. I can assure you, you're going to pick out stuff you didn't even hear in class. So do that over time and keep applying. And hopefully, we'd like to have you, on board and come join the family. So that's my advice to you guys. So welcome on board. You've taken the first step. And I hope you guys can solidify this by signing up for the course. It is absolutely worth your time. I can assure you that. Thank you. I hope I haven't spoken too much. Thank you, guys.
No, thanks, John. It's good to see your face again. I'm glad you're settling down well in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. I would also like you to not just hear from me. I would like you to hear from some of my people who are already doing well in the industry, so they can just spend maybe maximum 5 minutes each, to tell you their journey, and yeah. So firstly, Kareewa, can you please unmute yourself? I can't see you.
I'm here.
Okay. All right. So please, of course, I did not prepare you, but just say whatever. Just share your experience. So
Mr. The experience in how I transitioned into data management. Okay. All right. I just needed to be sure of that. Hi, everyone. My name is Kareewa, and I'm a data governance manager where I work presently here in the UK. And I've been doing this for over 9 months now. My journey into data management started last year, and that was in March. I took the course in March 2022. And into the course, before I took the course, I made a call out to Berkeley Data Strategists. And that call was because I have never worked before in an office. And the reason why I'm stating this is because a lot of you, when you want to transfer, you might think, when you want to transition, you might think because you've not worked, because you've not worked before, it will not be easy for you to transform, to transition. But I can categorically tell you that you can do it. If you believe in yourself, you can do it. So when I made that call, I said, I have never used a laptop before. I don't know how to use Excel. I don't know anything about computer. He told me that since you are the one that is making this call and you're the one that is talking to me, I'm sure you can do the job. Data management does not have anything to do with you being technical or having the technical background. It just depends on you being able to speak, talk, have that conversation and just be able to communicate. So that's one thing I held and took the course. So into the course, I lost my mom and I couldn't carry on with the course. I had to do the burial and everything. Then I came back. So when I came back 3 months, I think it was about in June or July, I came back and I was lost completely. So I reached out. And when I reached out, I told Mr. Ade that I can't remember anything. And he said, I think I reached out when they were rolling out the apprenticeship program. So there's this thing we call the apprenticeship program where you can get hands-on experience after the training. And then he said I could come and join the apprenticeship, and I joined that. And that was where I started getting enough information and an understanding of what data management was. And then I started applying. So I got my job in November, but I was asked to start in January. So it is not, with the training, you would be able to get everything you need to know about the course. You would understand it. It is not a hard thing for you to transition. This is me. All I have done is buy and sell. And if someone like me is saying all I have done is buy and sell, and I can transition, and I am doing so well in the data governance field at the moment, I do not have any problems with my job. And after the training, you can also get help from Mr. Ade. So it's not just like you get in the job and then you're stuck. You won't be stuck. There's help. So it comes with a full package. There is the CV review. There is prep for interview. So before you go into an interview, you're being prepped so you don't go there and act like you're lost. Even because I myself, I just relocated as at the time I took that training. So it's not you. So even if you're relocating, it is not a barrier for you to say, I cannot do it because I am not here. No, I have not been staying here. I only just relocated and I was able to transition with the help of Berkeley Data Strategists. So I think it would be a good idea if you can grab that opportunity. Do not come here or if you're here already, do not settle for less. You can do better. You can do better. You can do better being a data governance manager or a data management specialist, professional, whatever you decide to call yourself or whatever you're called at your place of work. Grab that opportunity, take this course and live a better life. Trust me, I am living a better life from where I used to be before. When I came into this country, I went to work for a warehouse, but I couldn't manage it. I couldn't stay. I needed something better for myself and my family. And that was why I grabbed the opportunity. You will get all the assistance and the help that you need here, and you would excel in your role. So,
Amen.
Yeah, you will excel in your role. So that's what
I
think I'll stop there.
Thank you. All right, Angela.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Angela, and
I'm a very fresh BDS alumni. I got introduced, the person that actually introduced me somewhere here, I saw his face. So I came in for my master's. So my friend and I were basically doing support shifts, thinking we have arrived, doing support worker, up and down, jumping from hospital to hospital. And then I started a business analysis training, BA training. And my friend, he called me up 11, I will never forget, like 11:30 in the night, and I'm a married woman, and this is a male friend calling me by 11:30. I said, Angela, I just got a job. I said, how much is your salary? He said 50K. I said, what? He said, that your BA that you're doing, you will pack it to. And then he broke everything down to me, and I'm forever grateful for my friend. And he basically told me, and my husband was literally beside me, and my husband is someone that would never invest money into something that he's not sure of. By the time my friend began to break the process of BDS and what the support was like, my husband said, tomorrow you're calling, tomorrow you're signing up. And that's what happened. The first thing that I have to point out was, first of all, Mr. Ade took the call himself. I didn't even know he was like the director of BDS. He took the call. I told him, sir, I just got your number. I've been doing a data. And he said, what are you doing? Okay, let me call you back. And then he called me back, ran me through the process and said, okay, you know what? Register. I registered. I started the training. For the first couple of sessions, I was like, because I hate numbers. So when I thought data management and data governance, I was thinking, this is numbers, this is Excel, I don't know anything. But I came into the class, I gave it 110% because it was either this or I go back to carrying people on the hospital bed, and I don't have intentions of going there. So I put in everything. Let me just point out, at this point, I was working a customer service job, which I was pretty good at. So I was very reluctant to actually begin to apply. By the time, and this was June, so it doesn't look like I'm going too far behind. This was June. I started the training beginning of June. By the end of the 8 weeks training, towards the last week, I went into the interview prep. Mr. James and Prof were very, very helpful. I disturbed everybody. And I'm saying this because I want to point out that everybody is willing and able to help you when you need it, day or night. I can't count how many times I've dropped Mr. Ade and Mr. James messages and they will respond the next day. And then I started to apply and I got my job. So I finished my training, my 8 weeks training, and I got my job on the 10th week. So after I finished my training, I did a bit of prep. The first job I interviewed, I got as a data governance consultant. I got that job by the end of July. August was just onboarding because everybody went on holidays. And by September, I literally started a week ago. So I am literally 1 week into my job. And I can tell you that the support has been enormous. Even by the time I finished the training, I started the job, I just kept telling myself, I don't know what I'm doing now. I don't even know what I'm going there to do. But with every time I open like my system to work, I'm reminded of all the things that I learned during the course and the support with every document. I go back to Mr. Ade and say, Mr. Ade, this is what I've done. And he says, no, correct that, no, do that. So my point is, just beyond the training, you would actually get hands-on support. Even with your interview prep, you have someone who will talk you through the process and help you build confidence. And what I can guarantee with this training is, first of all, it's not technical. I don't know, I have no technical skills, but you are able to actually show forth what you've learned, and everything you've learned, you will actually see it in when you start working. So it's very practical. So I just want to encourage you, if you're wondering if, and it's very lucrative, the salary is very good. So if you're thinking about it and you're second guessing it, please don't. It's worth the investment, and what you're getting is worth more than the money you're paying for. So yeah, I think I'll stop there.
Thank you. Esther, you let the ladies go first.
Hi guys. Hello, Mr. Ade. So I'm just going. My name is Esther though, and when I joined BDS, I was actually at the verge of not knowing what to do. Then a friend of my husband introduced us to BDS, and when I was about registering, I was like, all these stories, all this salary, all the job, are you sure this is real? Because You know, there has been one thing that people had made us believe that as someone who just moved into the UK, you must do this care work, support work of a thing, and that is all where your hope lies. But that was not true, because when I got into the training, seriously, the first time I got into the training, I was as confused as, because I have not actually worked, just like the first lady that spoke, I've not worked in an office before. I don't know what the whole stuff look like, data this, data that. So it was quite, should I say, the first thing or a new experience for me. So, but going through the training, it was very intensive. And again, I'll make one point about I know so many people didn't go through the documents that was shared during the training, but one thing that helped me through even after the training was those documents. Mr. D, I had to go back to those documents, started reading them, started going through it, and I found out that it had a whole lot of information packed in it. So during the training, I asked questions where I feel like I'm getting stuck, and Mr. D will always be there, James too, to give me the answers I needed. Then after the training, we had to go through the CV, build the interview prep. Oh, that interview prep was, during the interview prep, it's actually like another whole section on its own, because you get to gain a lot of insights. And not just that, the interview prep made me to actually speak data language. Yeah, that was what it made me do. And I started speaking like all the training that I have undergone, and the things that I've learned, I started speaking those things out during the training, and it helped me retain those knowledge. So that also helped me during the real interviews. So after the interview prep, went on even the LinkedIn. But in all these things, the one that wowed me most is the support I'm getting, even as I am, because I got a job. And even when I've not worked in an office before, through the help of the training I got from BDS, I was able to get a job as a data governance analyst. And the support is what I am going to emphasize on, and also use this medium to appreciate the people, all the BDS team, because you guys are really doing a very wonderful job. I know sometimes I will call up Jameson around 7 o'clock. I'll be like, please, I need this. And the humility that they will just, both Mr. Day, everyone is just out there to help you to make sure that you succeed in that field. That is very overwhelming. Sometimes I'll be like, yeah, I know I paid money, but the support I'm getting even after the training is out of this world. So if anybody is thinking, or I saw someone wrote about the challenges of the job or the training. I don't know, but in the chat there's someone asking about the challenges. The only challenge is you. The only challenge I had was me. I was doubting myself of what I can do. So the only challenge you have is you. If you tell yourself you can do it, then nothing will stop you. And there are people who are there to support and back you up. That's just the whole truth about the training. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Esther. Sophia.
Hello, hi everybody. Yeah, so I got introduced to the course last December by a friend of mine who had done, two friends actually, who had done the course with Ade last year. I decided to reach out to Ade in January to do the January cohort, as I was being made redundant in my job of 14 years. Previously, I'd worked as a bank manager for Santander, so was a bit nervous and apprehensive, but I knew that I needed to change, and I saw this as an opportunity to learn something different. As working in banking, I knew how important data was, and I could see the direction that it was going. So Ade and James, very, very helpful, very engaging, told me what I would need to do on the course. And from the course and what I learned in that 8 weeks, gave me the foundations to apply for a job in March. And I got accepted for a data governance analyst role on my first interview, to work for a global insurance company that are going through a big transition at the moment and needed somebody to help with producing data governance policies, playbooks and training, frameworks, and everything that Ade has done on the course is what I'm currently doing now. So I've been working for this company for 6 months now, and I'm continuously learning. Experience is definitely the best teacher. I heard that a lot from the course, and whenever I reach out to Ade now, he's always very helpful, because currently I'm actually doing data cataloging with a data governance tool, which we've been using with Informatica, which I'm sure you'll hear about if you do the course, and just learning all of that and how it can improve my company, get more data efficient, and have good data outcomes with when doing those best practices. So yeah, I definitely recommend it. It's changed my life in lots of different ways through work-life balance, taking that leap of faith and trusting in BDS in what they're doing has really helped me. That's it. Thank you, Ade.
I was a bit worried there. I thought you were going to say trusting the Nigerians.
Huh? Pardon?
I thought you were going to say trusting the Nigerian. I was a bit worried there.
Just
all right.
trust you. Yeah, Ade,
So
don't worry.
How is your Python skills? How are your Python skills? Are you doing any Python? Your Python skills? Are you doing Python?
No, we're not using Python. We're using Jira for our data cleansing and to do our printing.
All right. No, just the truth. Okay, that's fine. Thank you. Thank you. No. Rukayat.
Right. Hi, Mr. Ade. Hi, everyone. So my name is Rukayat, and my own story is very short, actually. So I used to be a business analyst, and then one day I decided that I want to change my career. And last year I heard about BDS from a friend, and she told me nice stuff about Mr. Ade. So when I decided that I want to make that change, I called Mr. Ade. In fact, I sent him a DM on Instagram, and I went through his page just to be sure that, oh, does this person make sense? And I saw all the reviews, and I took it a step further by going to the, to his LinkedIn pages. I've seen some recommendations. It looks very, very valid. So I called him and I told him I'm ready to pay. I had no doubt at all. So I signed up in May, late May, and I got my job before the end of the class. I got a job July. It has been a very, very interesting journey. One thing I must say is Mr. Ade is very supportive. Like I literally still disturb him today. Like I had a meeting with him earlier today to guide me on some things I'm working on in the organization that I work for. So Mr. Ade is very supportive, he's very hands-on. I'll just advise that if you're thinking about this training, just stop thinking. Go ahead, get it done, you can do it. I've already referred to people. They've started, and I have 2 more people that are seriously thinking about this. And I tell them daily, just do this. You can do. You don't need to have any technical skills. You don't need to have any SQL skills, any data analysis skills. The only skill that I believe you need are communication skills, presentation skills, because you'll be doing lots of talking. you'll be communicating with people, you'll be engaging with IT, with the business. So you need to be very good with your communication. You need to have like a friendly personnel. You need to be a person's people, really. So that is my story, and I just want to use this opportunity again to say thank you to Mr. Ade. I really appreciate all your help, guidance. One thing about him is he's never going to leave you alone. No matter how much you I'm always disturbed. I'm Mr. Ade. They've said, what do? I need to do this. How can I do it? And you might think that you do not know enough, but actually you do. One of the people that I refer that is currently in one of the classes, say, Ricky, I don't think I know enough. Can I start applying? I'm like, trust me, you know more than enough. You can do this. Just get started. Just be brave. On board, get on the training, start applying. If you need help, do not hesitate to shout. We have James, we have Mr. Ade, we have lots of people that have got years of experience that can help and guide you. So what I'll just say is, if you're thinking about it, stop thinking, just get on with it. Thank you, Mr. Ade.
Thank you, Ruka. So yes, I mean, for me, I think you actually did the right thing there. The best way to check somebody who is offering a professional service is not Facebook, it's not Instagram, it's on LinkedIn.
Yes.
Go and check the person out on LinkedIn.
The credibility, and you see it there.
When was their LinkedIn created? The people they said they work with, anybody has given their recommendation there, or they're a ghost.
Yeah.
Right? The best place, check them out on LinkedIn, not on social media. Social media is Instagram and those places. So you did a good thing. Well done. It shows, and it also shows that you are detailed, and I think that is also helping you with your job. Make the decisions based on real things, not on things that look like real. Well done. Anyway, to me, Nino.
Hello everyone. So my name is Timmy Ninu, and I heard about BDS from a friend. She told me about me.
Your line is, I think your headphone is a bit.
She got a job, and when I
We
got
can't
to
hear
find out
you.
she
We
got
can't
a
hear you
job,
properly.
I gave her a call, and she spoke so
Timmy,
highly
we
of
can't
Mr.
hear you.
Ade. Oh, you can hear me?
Yeah, your headphone is getting an echo.
Can you hear me now?
I think your internet, because you are.
Can you hear me
I think
now?
it's better. Yeah.
Yeah, better. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So I'll just start again from the beginning. So I heard about BDS from a friend who got a job. So when I got to know she got a job, I gave her a call, and she spoke so highly of Mr. Ade. She gave me his contact, and at this point, so my story is quite unique because at this point I was actually heavily pregnant, and I knew that I wasn't like in the right mental frame of mind to undertake any course and things like that. But I gave Mr. Ade a call anyway, and he encouraged me. He was very supportive. That's one thing everybody on here has said, which is very true. He's very supportive. He will listen to your own individual circumstance and encourage you nonetheless. And so what I did was, I think this was around March, and so I told him, look, Mr. Ade, this is what I know I want to do. So I paid ahead. I paid for the course in full in March, and I told him, look, when I give birth, I would enroll for the course. And he said, oh, that's fine, no problem, and all of that. And so I kept messaging him from time to time. Mr. Ade, don't forget about me. Oh, I'm not ready yet, but I'll be ready soon by God's grace, things like that. And so my baby was literally a few weeks old when I gave Mr. Ade a call. Okay, I've given birth, oh, I'm ready to take the course. And I enrolled in July. I'm part of the July cohort. So the training was quite detailed. Of course, as someone that just put to bed, you can imagine that my brain wasn't fully like booting, basically. So I had to be patient with myself. Even regardless of that, it was not so difficult for me to understand. So the reason why I'm saying this is just so that you would know that it's not technical like people have said. You don't need any like special skill, or you don't need to have special domain knowledge, anything like that. Like, data is used everywhere. It can be applied anywhere and everywhere. And another thing I'll say is data management is not a saturated role at the moment. It's not saturated. I know people are talking about business analysis, project management, data analytics, and things like that. Those may be quite saturated compared to, data management. So it's a good one. It's a good thing to go for. So I did my training. I started in July, and by end of September, we're rounding off our training. I did my CV review. I did some interview preps, and I landed a job on my first, the first job I interviewed for. It was a 3-stage interview, and I got the job literally. They've sent me all my documents, and I'm starting very soon, next month in October. So this is just to encourage anyone out there that if you're still having doubts about it, and someone mentioned on here that it's very lucrative and the pay is good compared to what I was earning before, is multiples of what I was earning before. So don't waste too much time, is what I'm going to say. Time is of the essence. Don't waste time thinking about it. At least now you've heard from the host's mouth. We are not paid advertisers. We are real people with real success stories. And then another thing you stand to gain from Berkeley BDS is the ongoing support. Even after you get your job, you can always shout out, like people have said, you can shout out, get support. And then we have an alumni, a community of alumni that you can always ask questions. We have our platform. So it's a family really, and put put everything into it, and I can guarantee you will have your own success story as well. Thank you very much.
Sorry, I was on mute. Thank you, Tumi. I remember when you called me, I said you were ready. I said, "Oh, it's our BDS baby, as baby
Yeah,
alive."
BDS baby. Yes, I remember.
Okay, that's good. I'm sure you will do well in your role when you start eventually. Where you are going to, of course, is home to us, so we have footprints there already, so you'll be fine.
All right.
Ahmed, Mr.
Hi,
Kolapo.
everyone. You didn't get my name right, sir. My name is spelled Hamed. In case you want to send me
That's what I actually have it saved. That's what I actually have it saved on my phone. But when I was typing it, I was like, maybe I had it wrong. But okay, apologies.
Yeah.
So your name is not valid. So it's not you.
It's not my fault. I gave you the right name. I'm expecting my ticket to Dubai anyway. So.
Of course. Yes.
Yeah. So it's nice to be here. I'm glad to be part of this. Yeah. My journey started last year, December. I was working at a warehouse and I was just talking to this random Nigerian lady who couldn't speak Yoruba. And I was like, you should be able to speak Yoruba, blah, blah, blah. But we started talking and just mentioned BDS in passing. And I was like, see, I'm desperate. I need opportunities. And she said, no, you probably, I don't want you to call the man. I said, please, let me call the man. Let me talk to him. And then he gave me the number. He gave me his number. He gave me Mr. Ade's number, and then he gave me his Instagram page, which I checked. And I was like, well, this is something I would like to. I just know. I didn't know why. I just got attracted to the whole course and all of that. And then after I called Mr. Ade, I was very much convinced. At that point, I was running out of my student visa, and I was looking at opportunities. I had immense pressure to, get care visa, because that was what many people were saying. I was like, no, it's not possible. I cannot commit myself to like next 3 years doing something. I know I'm bigger than this. So I enrolled on the course, which was very, very engaging, and you can ask. And I tell people this, Mr. Ade is very, very patient, because people ask all sorts of questions. And I'm like, do you even have to answer these people? But he answers everyone. Even if you call him anytime, he's going to answer you. He's very supportive. And I started my course in January, and I finished in February ending. For some reason, I didn't start. We did interview prep, CV prep, and all of that. And I got my job in April. So I've been working since 19th of April. And I work in a consulting firm. And then I am consulting for another mining company. I don't want to mention it. The company is so big, and when I go into the office, I eat free breakfast and lunch. And then there's a gym in the building. And like, it's so nice. Basically, what I'm trying to say is I'm enjoying my life at this point. So another thing that I would like to tell you is that when I started applying, I got so much attention. I don't know why. I didn't know why. I still get attention till today. Today, on average, every day, my profile on LinkedIn gets an average of 10 to 15 views a day. And in my inbox, I have close to 20 recruiters messaging me for jobs. They will tell me, we are willing to pay you 75K, 80K, this and that. I got a call from the US, but that didn't go through. I'm just trying to tell you about so that I can know how much opportunities are. So when I got this much attention and I saw people like dragging me here and there, getting calls everywhere, I started introducing my friends. I made sure I introduced, like, one of my friends is on this. I've actually talked to you earlier. So, and I have other friends that have finished the course. I have some that have enrolled on the course presently. So there are so many opportunities, As a matter of fact, my company, the company I currently work for, is still recruiting if you're into data governance. So there are so much opportunities. So please don't take it for granted. If you're waiting for like a pointer to register for this course, this is it. Trust me. Right now, I'm thinking of, I tell people, in the next 1 to 2 years, like, I know how much I want to be earning because I'll be the one to negotiate my salary. So, and then, an addition to that is that I'm pretty sure some of you are in the UK and then you're wondering, what about permanent position? What about visa? What about this? What about that? So I can tell you that last week I had a chat with my manager, and my manager was telling me that, why didn't I tell her about my visa requirements? So right now, my company is going to be sponsoring my visa, which is pretty much some people's concerns. So if you're able to, like, maybe do your post-study visa first and then do the job, a lot of companies are willing to sponsor your visa as long as they see that you're going to add value to the organization. So that's just an addition. So in a nutshell, this is a really, really good course. It's very, like, the support is there, everything you need. Don't think you're going to be left alone. Like, I still don't understand how Mr. Ade is able to recognize everyone who calls. If I call Mr. Ade on his phone, he's going to say, hi, Ahmed. And on the alumni page, you have close to 1,000 people. And I'm pretty sure if everyone calls in, he's going to call them by their name. And not just calling them by their names, he's going to know them. And, of course, so that's the amount of support you get from me. So, yeah, that's it. If you have any question, you can always ask. Thank you. And if you want to connect with me on LinkedIn, that's good as well. And ask me questions. All right.
Thanks. Well done. That's a real BDS alumnus already offering to help you. And he's asking you to check his LinkedIn profile, his confidence. How did you feel when you went to the Big Data conference and you were just standing there wearing your company's, shirts? I'm sure you must have been very proud.
In addition to that, I already have 2 certifications in Kareewa. I have solution architect certification and what's the other one? Integration something. But like the project I'm currently working on, I'm looking, hopefully by the end of this year, I'm going to start working on my Kareewa Ranger certification, which is an addition. If you want to go that lane, so there is opportunity for you to progress even when you get on the job. So I was proud.
Well done. And of course, to even impress you, yes, I remember everyone because I'm very passionate about what I do. I remember the first time you called me. I know where I was. I was driving on the motor with my wife, and I asked you, what have you done before? What are you doing now? You asked me how you were doing some stuff to do with COVID in Nigeria, and I told you that you're already doing data management, right? Am I correct?
Yes, exactly. Yes, you're correct.
Yes. So you have to, that's, for me, that's just natural,
Yeah, that speaks a lot about the support you get everyone. So you see, and that was last year, December or January, thereabouts. You can imagine.
All right, thanks, Ahmed. Good to see your face anyway. Akeem, Mr. Adigun.
Okay, good evening, everyone. My story is pretty much straightforward for someone that had worked in Nigeria for a while. I moved my family to the UK January 2022. I knew something just like Ahmed mentioned, I never tried my hands on any of the warehouse roles. I think I did 3 nights and I said, no, this is not for me. Coming from my background and coming from the experiences I've had in the past. So, and I said, I had a mandate that I was not going to take any role that was less than 48 grand. I had that mandate. I was working remotely at the time for the company I was with in Nigeria. So cash flow wasn't a problem. So I had that mandate to say I wasn't going to earn anything less than 48 grand. That was the least I was willing to go. And anything that couldn't give me that sort of number, it was a no-no for me. I spoke to a friend of mine that had finished the course, was looking to switch jobs. Then he was working in the warehouse space. So when Ahmed mentioned warehouse, I smiled because I know someone that was in that similar situation. He joined the training. He had finished Olu or Olugbenga Olaniyan, and he said, "Oh, guy, you want the high paying numbers, right? You want to switch roles, and you are not willing to go lower than 48K. I just got a job. It's going to be paying for 45K." I said, "Okay, now let's talk." He told me about BDS, and immediately I told a friend of mine, and we both enrolled about the same time. The friend of mine is actually a younger guy, so he's sharper, he's more intelligent, I'll suppose. So I'm just saying that no matter your age grade, no matter the experience that you have had, whether you have worked with data or you think you haven't worked with data, every facet of your career that you have had, whether you are buying and selling, whether you are talking to people as a teacher, you manage records of students, that's data. You manage admissions, that's data. Everything you have done is data. You sell 2 bags and you remember that I have sold 2 bags, that's data. So every facet of your career that you have had, you have managed data in one way or the other. I joined the training July 26 or so. By the time we finished, sometimes around August 26, I was actively applying for roles. I did about 15 stages, got to final stages at some point. I've heard stories of people saying, "Oh, their first interview, they made it." Yes, this is a story of someone that didn't make it at their first interview, or second, or third, or fifth. But I can tell you that if you try hard enough, or if you try, keep trying, you keep knocking. Some people get tired along the way and say, "This is it for me. This is not for me. I'm not going to continue to try." But I can tell you that I tried about 15 levels. Sometimes I get to the final stage of 3 levels, and they say, "Oh, I'm sorry." But by the time I landed my role, sometimes September 12th, precisely, or the offer came September 9, and I resumed September 12th. The number that I got on my first role, I'll say it, was even way more than what I had thought I was more than 48 grand that I put as the benchmark. It was 60 grand at the time. My first role as data management specialist. So it was a fixed term contract. My contract ended in August. I continued to apply. I started interviewing as well. I've landed another role now. I landed 2 roles about 1 week interval. That I told my mentor, Mr. Ade, Mr. James, and Prof. I told them about this, and now I'm going with the one that is more promising in terms of numbers, and I've had to drop the second offer, and also highly recommended one of our cohorts in BDS on the instruction of our mentor. So that sort of support exists. That support, and I can tell you, if I finish a 60K role, the next role, I won't say the number, but I can tell you is good enough. So guys, whatever your situation is, whether you are just coming from Nigeria to the UK, or whether you currently live in the UK, you are looking to transition into a new career, or whether you are looking to transition from being a student to the tier 2 stage, or you are looking to do a post-study visa, whatever your situation is, this is the right place to be. Please go ahead, sign up, and I can tell you, like I said, I failed about 15 times, and I'm still failing. It doesn't mean that I won't get it right. I've gotten it right, and it's more so the mentor has helped me all along. That James has helped all along, and this is just my own story. This is not in a nutshell anymore. So I wish you all the best. By the time you decide to go on with this, you have to keep going. Don't be discouraged. The journey might not be as rosy as landing your job on the first interview. I can tell you that, but don't give up. Keep going at it. Someday, one day, you get that number. Thank you.
Well done, Hakeem. I remember when you were going through that phase, you sent me a message. Mr. Ade. No, you don't call me Mr. Ade, you call me mentor. So you say mentor, Monty to Lule. And then, right? That's what you say. And then I'll say, just carry on. Yeah, just carry on. Right? There's light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah, if you're trying to do something that you haven't done before, it might be difficult sometimes, but with the right support, with the right mindset, you will get there. Yeah, everybody gets a job eventually. Right. The last but not the least, Bukola Oguntuashe. I hope he's on the call. What does it mean by can you accept me? I accepted you. Right. Let's see if you can answer some questions. Does anybody please feel free, maybe use the hand button or mute yourself. You don't have to use the hand button if you have questions. Hello, Bukola. I accepted you now. Where are you? Maybe your internet is bad. Okay, just try anyway. If you can't, fine. If you can't, then that's fine. Okay. Right. Is any question from anyone? Okay, I think Bukola is okay. Bukola is here now.
Please come back in.
Is there any question from anyone? Bukola, you have the floor. Please be quick.
Good evening, sir. Sorry for the network.
No worries.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Bukola Oguntuashe by name. A data governance manager in one of the council in the United Kingdom. So I'm one of the BDS alumni. So I started my journey with BDS, I think a year plus. So I did my placement with BDS, I think last year, March to June, yes. So I finished my MBA with University of East London. So I was asked to embark on a 7-month internship, and I reached out to a friend. He connected me with Mr. Ade. So I did the training then, and I also did my placement with Mr. Ade, and I finished, I think, January this year. And after then, I started applying for jobs. Mr. James, I don't know if he's on this call. So he sent some links to me then to apply to some jobs and all, which I did. And after that, I met with Mr. Ade that, to be sincere, I don't want to go back to Nigeria. I don't want to blah, 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 something like that. And he said, if I would be able to follow his instructions and all, that won't be a problem. So I keep up to that too. After the application, then I was added to the prep class for interviews. So after I think 2-3 classes, and we ended up on 2. And I also told him then that I would still like him to add me to the subsequent interview class too, which he also added me to that. And a series of interview preparation with Mr. Ade, Mr. James, and I think Prof. I don't know if Prof is on this call too. So the 3 of them actually prepped me for some of the interview I had. I think I had one with one company in Norway, and I did that one. Then after that one, the same week, I did one with one of the council too, which I'm working with at the moment. And to be honest, because I've not done this thing before, and the role was even data governance manager, I was like a role manager for the first job. So the interview was even once. So they said I should do some presentation. So I met with Prof. He prepped me. He sent me some stuffs. So I actually use it to prepare for my slides. So I think 15-minute slide or not. So I have like 3 people on the panel. So I did my presentation. They were like, wow, wow, wow. They're kind of happy with. I think I used the 30, 60, 90 template for that particular interview. So what I will do when I get to the organization, what I will do first, how I will do it, and the result, and blah blah blah. So I did that. I presented. They asked me some few questions, which I answered them. I think after a week, so I got and don't forget, I just finished my MBA placement that January. So after 1 week, I was in the gym, so I got a call like, oh, Bukola, blah blah, will you be happy that they're happy that they'll be getting me on board, and they told me the salary. I was like, it's kind of like dream to me that particular moment. I was like, getting this particular job. I did one interview with them, so I reached out immediately. I have to leave the gym because I was so excited. So I called Mr. Adida. Oh, I got this particular job and this is what they're asking, referencing and all. He said that is not a problem. To be honest, they sent me the template for the referencing. I sent to him immediately. He helped me out with it. I sent it to them, and to the glory of God, I think yesterday was the 4th month that I got my salary. Like I even still check my payslip, like, oh, this is the 4th month, like, wow. So and what do I want to say? My probation was supposed to be more for, I think, 6 months, but last week my boss called me that they're happy with what I'll be doing, that they are ready for the probation even on the 4th month. So I'm going to do my probation next week, and he said there's no problem, that he's happy with what I'm doing, blah blah blah, that they're even going to get me my sponsorship, something like that and all. So that is 5 months sponsorship, 5 years sponsorship straight. So I want everyone to take this course very serious, because even today I even had one Teams meeting and I'm done for the day job. So it's kind of flexible, because I could still do other stuff that I'm doing, like other business that I have that I'm doing even with the job, and it's hybrid. So I only go to office once in a week, which is tomorrow, Wednesday. So it's a very flexible job, and you don't even have much to do. So I want everybody to take it very serious and just follow the instructions as Mr. Day ruled it out to you. So get heads up, listen to instructions, and go out there to. Because I even, to be honest, I still have a lot of people that are still calling me that they want to do contract jobs, and I was like, let me even do this one for like 6 months, and let me do this one for like 6 months before I even go out on contract. Because there was a recruiter that was even begging me yesterday that I should just even listen to. I said, no, don't worry, let me just finish this. Like, let me have 6 months with this company first, then I can start looking out to contracts, something like that and that. So there are a lot of jobs opportunity out there, to be honest.
Okay, thanks, Bukola. Thank you. I think you actually made me cry. I had tears in my eyes. Because, of course, I remember our conversation in our old office when you come and say, oh, Mr. I don't go back to Nigeria. And I kept saying to you, don't worry, you will go back to Nigeria, but you will go back on your own terms, right? We thank God for his faithfulness. We do not take it for granted. So well done. You are not the first that they are. So congratulations, by the way, that they have decided to, do your probation and pass you earlier than scheduled. You're not the first person. I think the same thing happened to a lady last week. was supposed to be 6 months. Kevin, how long has she been there? 2 months? Kevin, can you hear me? How long has Madam Chimwe been there? 2 or 3 months? No, mute.
It's less than 3 months.
Yeah,
Less
and
than
so
3
they
months.
and they
It
called
was
her
our
and said,
second month. Yeah,
yes,
second month.
and they called her last week and said, you know what, there's no need for us waiting for 6 months. You have already done more than enough. That is what we want. We want people of color who can stand.
Yeah.
Not the ones that they'll be saying, who is this one? Right? That's why as time progresses, we continued. Some of you might have noticed that when Akeem spoke about his course, he referenced 4 weeks. Right? We doubled the number of modules, we doubled the period, and we still charge the same thing.
Yeah.
So let's hear from Anita.
Hello everyone. My name is Anita. My data governance journey started about 2 years ago, just over 2 years ago. My background is actually in compliance, and for a long time, I knew for certain I wanted to change my career because I didn't see any progression there. I mean, I was a compliance officer, and I knew I could only progress to being the head of compliance, and that was going to take forever. And I just didn't want to do that. I wasn't enjoying what I was doing. I wanted something different. I was introduced to data governance to Mr. Ade by a friend of mine, and I took the course. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Mr. Ade is really funny. I completely understood, the concept of data governance, what it involves, which is really interesting because a lot of the things Mr. Adi has said, like data maturity assessments, data strategy, and some of the key terms is used. Those are things we actually do. I've just finished performing our data maturity assessment, and I'm currently writing an improvement plan, a plan to improve their current maturity. So it was really interesting. I love what I do.
You're on mute.
Oh, was I on mute the entire time?
No.
Okay, cool.
You're on mute when you say you love what you do.
All right, cool. I love what I do. I was saying, from identifying our key stakeholders through to helping them identify their critical data quality metrics, stuff that you will learn when you start the course. It's been fun. It's been a wonderful, wonderful learning experience for me, and I'm not exaggerating it. I really do enjoy what I do. So the first job I got, funny enough, it was with the regulator, which was very scary for me because you're working with a supervisory body. The checks they do on you is quite intense, so I was like scared. I wasn't really sure what to expect, but of course everything went through. My first job, I was being paid 500 a day, which was obviously double my salary, maybe even yeah, maybe even triple of what I was initially earning. So that was like a huge leap for me. Once I left that job, I moved on to another job that paid me about £600 a day. So for me, it's just been, progression. And again, learning experience. Mr. Ade and some of the guys, within BDS also helped me. They were there to help answer my questions, help me with templates. They literally held my hand throughout this process. I have throughout my time with BDS, being associated with them, which really, I wouldn't even say I'm really associated with BDS, to be fair. The reason why I'm here today is to just, thank Mr. Ade because he's been literally instrumental in helping me, to where I am today. I have introduced other people to the course, quite a number of people, including my sisters. So 2 of my sisters have actually done the course. One's in Nigeria, one's here. The lady who's here, so my sister who's here, she's got a fantastic job. We help each other out where, yeah. And other than that, yeah, like I said, it's been a wonderful learning experience. I'm at a point now where I've been able to continue this journey on my own, because a lot of what I learned in the course, I was able to literally hit the ground running. Yes, I needed Mr. Ade's help, but obviously it's because I was really nervous. I needed him to just help with my anxiety, but really and truly, that's what he was really there for. And of course, here and there, help me with templates. But in terms of where I am 2 years later, Mr. Ade, you could testify to this. I don't even call Mr. Ade anymore, because I know exactly what's required of me. I'm in my second role, like I said before, and yeah, exactly what I did in the first role is exactly what I'm doing here. So the concept of data governance, you find that no matter what sector you're in, it is the same thing. The first company I worked for was a regulator. The second company I worked for was I'm currently working for is an investment company. Two different sets of data, but the exact same concepts. And that's what you basically learn with Mr. Ade, from the data strategy, your business drivers, your stakeholders, critical data quality, metrics, dimension, roles and responsibility, all that stuff. That's what happens literally, in your daily life. So exactly what you learn in the course is exactly what you will be doing in real life. So for me, I'm definitely a success. I can definitely testify for my sister as well, and a couple of my other friends as well that that's a part of it.
Okay. So thank you. Okay. We have heard you.
So yeah, that's it. That's my story. Thanks
Okay.
everyone, and all the
Thank you.
best.
All right. Kareewa, please, 2 minutes.
Okay, I'm gonna apologize ahead. My camera is not coming on. I don't know why that
I
is.
spent 10 seconds already. Just say what you want.
I don't know why that is. Anyways, so I just I'm Kareewa by the name, and my data governance journey my data management journey started last year. I joined Berkeley Data Strategists in March last year, and I took the training. The training was for 2 months, and I would tell you that it was a very, very good experience. Considering my background, where I come from, what I do before, I used to be a businesswoman. I'm still a businesswoman. I've never worked, because I think that's one of the fears of some people. You might be thinking that I've never done this before. I've not been in tech before. I've not done anything related to data. It is the same thing with my case. I have never done anything related to data. I have never worked. I have never been in an office. I graduated and I started doing business. And when I relocated, I thought that it was time for me to do something else, and I joined the BDS. And since then, my life has transformed. I got a good job, and with BDS, they will give you all the training that you need to get a job. They will give you the support. They will give you interview prep when it's time for you to go to start taking interviews. And even when you get the job, they will support you in the job. I would want to advise you to take the training with Mr. Ade. He's very experienced in the field. I have never had a reason to regret taking the course, and I'm enjoying the course, and it is an interesting one. I'll stop here since I have just 2 minutes. Thank you.
You're enjoying the course or enjoying your job? Which one?
I'm enjoying the job. Sorry.
Okay, once a student, always a student. Thank you. Toyosi.
Hi everyone, my name is Toyosi. My journey started when I was doing my master's in global healthcare management, and someone that used to be my client introduced me to Mr. Ade. I was a fashion designer back in Nigeria before I jumped back to the UK. So he introduced me to Mr. Ade. We took the course together. Because I was also doing my master's, I couldn't proceed with the course. So I dumped it at the side because I was writing my dissertation. Then when I was ready, I went back to Mr. Ade, that Mr. Ade, I think I can't remember how that lands. So he took me back in. I started mentorship with him in November. In December, I started applying for a job. I got my first interview in December. In ending of January, I got a job offer and I started my role in February. And since then, it has been fantastic. And I currently work in a tech solution, but I'm not coding. And I'm a data governance analyst. And it has been so fantastic. So I would encourage you to sign up, do it. Your story will change. Your life will never remain the same. And you are going to, like Mr. Ade said, everybody should not do care. Like, tell people everybody is not supposed to do care, because when I was done with my master's, I applied for a job in NHS and I was working with the NHS. And you know, the image I had of the UK is, you know, you have to be in X sector to make money, you have to be in X sector to have a good life, and or not knowing that I was going in the wrong path or in the wrong direction, or let me say, I didn't know there was a better life than what I was. I didn't know there was a greener pasture than the greener grasses that I was seeing. So I will encourage you to sign up and join the train. Don't sleep on it. So that's it. Thank you, Mr. Ade.
Thank you. Demi.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Yes, just to on the back of what my predecessors have said, and Toyosi, I've met Toyosi and Kewe in Mr. Ade's office, and they did a training before I joined, and this data governance has been a blessing to my family. My husband did a training, he got a job, and that motivated me to also do the training. I previously worked with the NHS. It was data related, but not this kind of data experience and freedom of information. And doing the training, I also did the mentorship, and that really prepared me for what was ahead. So I've been in this role for a year. I did a training middle of last year, got a job 4 months later. I think it was, like Anita said, anxiety was something that was a problem for me, but I had everything in me. Mr. Ade equipped me during the mentorship. He was always there to give enough support. And during the interview preps, I've seen some interview preps where
You're on mute. You're on mute.
So sorry about that. So Kewe also prepped me. There's a lot of support in BD.
Yeah, go back on mute.
My phone, my hand keeps touching my watch. Sorry about that. So yes, so BDS has been a blessing. The mentorship has been a blessing. It's been a blessing to my family. During the NHS role, it was really, really a lot of workload. And now we have time for so many things. And there are so many testimonies ahead that this training has done for my family, especially. So the mentorship, the training, there is no, I would say, there's nothing too big to invest in this training compared to what you will benefit over the years. And like Toyosi said, the care job is not for everyone. As we get older, we need our body for our old age. So, and don't give up, just keep going. And the reward is enormous. We have a lot of benefits from it. Thank you.
Thank you, Timmy. How's okay?
It's fine.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
My regards to him. Tulu.
Hi everyone, good evening.
Good evening.
Can you see me? Okay. Yeah. Hi everyone, good evening. My name is Tulu, and I joined my journey into data governance started in 2021, July of 2021. So it's been well over 2 years in data governance. So I at the point I joined BDS, or I discovered BDS, and by BDS I mean Berkeley Data Strategists. I was at that point in my life where I used to be a business analyst. I was a business analyst, and I was looking for a career change, something different that would also pay more as well. And I was introduced to BDS by a friend of mine. And by the second week of my training, I'd already started interviewing, applying for roles. And by the third week, I was able to convert the 2 interviews I attended to offers. And since then, it's been an amazing journey. I have moved on to working for 2 other companies. And referring to the 2 roles, I was able to even negotiate my salary to what I really wanted. And since then, being in data governance has really helped change my life. It's moved me from someone who rents to being a homeowner, to traveling to whatever countries I want to travel to, live the life that I really wish, and also impact my family as well. So I'll make reference to a job I picked up last year. The on-the-job support I got from Mr. Ade was amazing, and it's actually left an impression on the mind of my manager at then. And I got a call from her this year, sometime, that was last week. And she had an opening. She had already been promoted, and she had an opening for a data governance lead. And she called me back. That really does not usually happen, and would never have happened without Mr. Ade's guidance. So now I'm at that position where I have to choose. It's all the ball is in my court. However, it's not just what Mr. Ade does is, it does not just teach you what you need to get, teach you what you need to get the job. The on-the-job support is there. You would never really feel alone. And for me, I think within a couple of months, I didn't really need to, because of how comprehensive and robust Mr. Ade's, curriculum is. Within a couple of months, I was able to, start working on my own with less, without having to like reach out and all that. And it's been 2 years plus. Now I've been able to, the impact I've added to the companies I've worked with is actually been recognized. And right now, I can't think of doing any other thing outside of this, outside of data governance. Everyone in my circle are all in data governance. I kept on preaching. I didn't even have to actually do a lot. Seeing myself as an example, I was being used as an example, as an evidence of the wonders of actually joining BDS and what can actually come out of it. However, just one thing to know, you can only force a horse to the river. You need to put in more work. You need to also put in work and, do your own best from your end. There is the mentorship. There's a lot of support, a lot of opportunities, a lot of support from BDS, from the BDS team as a whole, and you never feel alone. That one I know. So I'd really admonish you all to, looking to join data governance, joining Berkeley Data Strategists, as they, hold your hands and guide you through your data governance journey. So yeah, thank you, Mr. Ade, for having me. And yeah.
Thank you, Rebecca.
Hi everyone. So my journey started 2 years ago, and
You're mute.
Yeah, I'm not sure why that's happening. But anyways, I heard about BDS through my mother, who actually heard from Tulu, who just spoke. And so, yeah, I joined, did the course. The course was amazing. But actually, after the course, I wasn't really applying because I was nervous. I was very, very nervous to apply for jobs. And then, so Mr. Ade actually got a little bit frustrated with me and he actually sent me a job role because I told him I wanted to work in finance for financial institutions. So he sent me a job role, which was a consultant role. I applied for it. As soon as I applied, got a call and they interviewed me. And I went through 5 stages. It was a 5-stage interview. I passed each and every one of them. So that was my first interview. My first job that I had, first interview. Mr. Ade coached me through everything. The BDS network, Tulu, everyone helped, coach me through everything. And I got that job, the first interview I had. And that was the start of my whole life changing. I used to be an accountant and when I finished uni, went into accounting, and with accountancy, you still have to do your ACCA exams. So imagine having to work long hours and then after work studying every single day. Like it was so frustrating. You know, after you come out of uni, you don't want to start studying again as well as work. It was just frustrating and very stressful, and I just wanted to get out of it. Also, I didn't enjoy accounting as well, and you know, I just felt like it was very much like dog work. So yeah, so I literally took the opportunity to do BDS. It's an investment that you will never regret because it is life-changing. And yeah, got my very first job. I've now moved on and I'm now working for another investment. I'm working for an investment bank. Initially, I was a contractor for a bank as well. I'm now working for another investment bank, and my role is an assistant vice president. Mind-blowing. I never ever thought that I can be in such a position. You know, and in such companies, in a bank, in a well-known bank. So yeah, honestly, guys, I would encourage you to just go for it. Don't even think about it. Just go for it because it would literally transform your life. That's all I have to say. Mr. Ade is amazing. BDS is amazing. The network is amazing. Everything you get with the course, amazing. But yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Rebecca. You just made me shed some tears anyway. But, thank you. Femi, Jotilo.
Yeah, Mr. Ade. Can you hear me well?
Yes.
Okay. I'm Femi Jotila. Really nice to meet everybody. I think my journey started in 2010, and that's when I moved to the UK. I was doing oil and gas in Nigeria. I came here, started pitching around my CV, saying I was doing this in Nigeria. No one was listening to me, so I was kind of confused. I now met Mr. Ade, kind of broke down what data management is about. I think the main thing which I want to get across now is what you're going to get from this course. Going through this course, you're actually going to get everything that's going to equip you, and you can have conversations with anyone, let it be the chief data officer, let it be your manager, let it be anyone around data, and you all be speaking the same language. I started off in insurance, moved to the financial services, became a VP over there. And after there, I'm in one of the financial services right now. From what Mr. Ade has been talking about is mostly how to manage data. What we need to understand is that data is owned by the business. For the business to own that data, we need to know how we're going to educate them, make them aware, identify data owners, data stewards, make sure you have a catalog and all that stuff. This is not a technical role. This is a role where you have to bring about change through culture, through literacy, through educating everyone on the business side of everything that has to do with data. In my previous role, I was mostly finding data sources. So he covered that previously, so authoritative data sources. And right now I'm building up the framework for finance where I'm currently working. Please join this training. This training will actually change your life. I think all my friends look at me and say, Femi, I can't even believe you're in the position you are right now. And definitely won't be in that position if not for the training which I did from BDS. So that's about it from me. Thank you, Mr. Ade, for all you've done. And anytime you need me, just reach out and I'll come. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Femi. God bless you. Kabiro will be the last speaker before I've answered most of the questions in the chat. If you have any other question, please ask there. Otherwise, after Kabiro speaks, then you can answer the question if you have. Sorry, we're running a bit late. Kabiro, so you have the floor. Are you still with us?
Yeah, I'm still with you, Bossman. Good evening, everyone. My name is Kabir Olato, and I happen to be one of the alumni of BDS, and I think my story is quite.
You're on mute.
Have I been on mute for forever?
You went on mute when you say you think your story is something. Did it drop off? Oh, I think it dropped off. Kabiru, are you back?
Can you hear me now, loud and clear?
Yes, we can hear you, yes.
Okay, so as I was saying, I don't know if you heard me when I started off.
Yeah, we heard you when you said you think your story is then.
Okay, my story I think is kind of different a little bit from every other people because I think most of them came from a professional background. I think on my own case, I finished from Nigeria and then I joined. I came into this place about 14, 15 years ago, and I just started working all the way through cleaning, security, care, support work. So I did that for almost 14 years, like a waste of my time. It's a big waste of my own life, you know. So I can't just thank this man enough. So there's this year, I think about 2 years ago, I was on the security job and I had some incident. I was injured while I was carrying out my tax job as a security guard, and I had to sit at home for more than 4 months. Without being paid because I was self-employed, so it's really pain in the ass. And then I had to some of the alumni from BDS actually referred me to Mr. Adi, and he helped out with that. I went to him, and then he split everything down into, I think, the basics. You know, me coming from 14 years not doing nothing, never working in the office. It's just amazing. And then I finished the training and I got a good job. I think 2 jobs offer at the same time. Immediately I finished training, so it's just amazing. And I won't lie to you, you'll get everything from Mr. Adi, from the on-job support, the interview training system, interview training sessions. We got the hands-on practical experience as well. You've got, and then you guys have got even some discount and then installments as well coming in. And then you still have your CDMP as well to come in, you know, all of these things. And plus the fact that you can actually do all of these things from home. So from anywhere you have from you can do all of these things from home. So I really appreciate Mr. Ade. And anytime he calls upon me that he needs me to just do some testimony, I'm always like forward and to come forward and tell my own version of the story. To be honest, I don't know if I've said it to him. Ever since I met him, I've stored his name on my phone as Ade Berkeley story changer. That's what I actually stored his name as. So I will encourage everyone to actually join him. It's been amazing. I won't want you guys to actually fall into what I've actually been through. You know, coming all the way from probably anywhere you're coming from, and then taking all of this support job or security job. Trust me, I won't advise you guys to go that route. So I will really encourage you guys, join these BDS, and then you always get what you want from him. I think that's my version of the story.
Thanks, Kabiru. Thanks for everybody else. Kabiru, Femi, Rebecca, Tulu, Demi, Toyosi, Karee, and Anita. I think when I listened to some of those stories there, I became a bit emotional, but it is what it is. We thank God. Yeah.